Thank you, thank you. Now, so na the clap. All my family what is here. Now, so na the clap. All right. Una welcome. Hearty welcome to you all. It's great to be here. We are here to talk peace and the future of the culture of peace in Salone. I want to take this opportunity on behalf of the Ministry of Information and Civic Education for always thank our partners. We make this program here possible. The UN Foundation, UNDP, Purposeful, they're all in at the list. I'm going to forget somebody, so I know they go through everybody. Save the Children Plan, IRN, UN Women, UNDP. We're really, really grateful for all. Over 20 years ago, Pakaba say the words that don't become immortal in the history of Salone. He declared Alunge say, the war done. It's a miracle actually that Salone, 20 years on, plus, we don't get multi-party elections, we don't see transition in political party leadership in the country, and somehow, miraculously, we don't maintain the culture of peace. We get so many challenges when it comes to peace and cohesion, that's alone. We have a long way to go. But on this journey, what we want to do today, with this very complex, high-powered panel, now for situate usa we dey now, for tell God, Allah, thank you, and for tell the people of Salone, say, na dentia make ude usa ude so today. What we need for do more together, follow we maintain and improve the peace, and waiting are we all your responsibility for do that. We get a poll so that the people within our hosts and the one that they watch we online, we did live in multiple platforms them. I want to say special thank you to media partners, AYV, SLBC 98.1. They all they carry live. We did on multiple channels them, Facebook, YouTube, and all. And we get a slide or link. I don't know if my team will put up the link now. So I want to announce how people then go able for submit the questions. So look, if you get your phone, you do online, you can use Dandy right now and take part by this poll where they go on, and the poll going to go on as we continue. Let's just go through with the question them. How you go currently rate the state of peace in Salone on a scale of 1 to 10 or 1 to 5? So, you know, how you go rate? So you can do that. You can join slido.com, and the code where they put now 2036202. 2036202. So you are there now, you can be part of this. And halfway into the conversation, we come back and see the question them. Number 2, waiting at the most important factor that we don't help with for maintain peace in Salone. Since the war done, you can there now, you can be part of that conversation. You within our host. Let's see what's the most important. We'll go to the next question, please, if you can. We don't begin. Okay, so now then 2 questions here. We want for C, and we will come back and see the updates on then 2 questions in there. But right now, I want follow to join me for invites to the high table with keynote speaker and the distinguished guest of honor for today. Before I go through and introduce the rest of the panel. Now, somebody we know you don't need an introduction, but in the current chief negotiator on behalf of the government of Salone on the agreement for peace and unity. It only part of the peace process in this country for more small. Now we all been take part from the TRC. Now we all help rights, the Truth Commission, in reports, the child-friendly version. Now a young leader and now man we passionate about peace and national cohesion. And for really crave on indulgence and plead that we will be able for team up as we welcome the country's Chief Minister, Dr. David Moinina Senge, as they come forward. The Honorable Chief Minister, they come, and in they can deliver the keynotes, boy, they sit down, and as we start with a video of His Excellency the President. just a 2-minute video of His Excellency for set the tone, and then we will listen to the Chief Minister for set the tone of this conversation. And I can play the video now for you quickly.
The coordinator of C10, Sierra Leone has spearheaded efforts to amplify Africa's voice on this issue. Been to hell and back, and during our years of trials and tribulations, we learned quite a lot. We were able, after all the fighting, after all the destruction, as you've described, we resolved our problems on the table. Africa plays a significant role in peacekeeping and conflict resolution, yet it is vastly underrepresented. We are going to celebrate 80 years of the United Nations. We cannot do that with the structure, the configuration of the Security Council as we have, which is totally unfair to us as a continent. Africa demands 2 permanent seats in the UN Security Council and 2 additional non-permanent seats, bringing the total number of non-permanent seats to 5. The African Union will choose the African permanent members.
Let's put hands together for His Excellency the President and the leadership of Sierra Leone. As President Bill said, we have been to hell and back. Now, before we start the conversation with this panel, for set the tone and for give we an assessment of USA we did today and USA we did try for go, please join me for welcome Dr. Moinina David Senge, Sierra Leone's Chief Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Minister, members of the High Table, other ministers and within our honorable members of Parliament, with traditional leader them, other big leader them within our, brother and sister them, we did before the development agency them, and we represent other country them, members of the security within our, and all we brother and sister them, and the one them we the online, you know, the inside, una good afternoon. Today, we have been to talk to the Minister of Information and Civic Education in preparation for this conversation. I asked him, waiting at the 3 things them where he wants for make a talk about. Number 1 is say make a talk about the future of peace. Number 2 is say make talk about the role of women and young people them in peace in this country. And number 3 is say, as he say, you don't say we they talk about peace, not alone, as subjects of peace and conflict, to now with the help shape peace and conflict conversations around the world. Within our vision, how would they able shape the culture of peace? Hopefully, I'm not going to talk too long on N3 and then. So I want to start really on the future of peace. But we're not going to talk about the future of peace, as it say, without we not understand what's our day today. Now, Salon, anybody will wake up now this country and know say 1 year ago, the last thing where you go say na Salon 1 year ago, August, na peace. 1 year ago, and I'm glad the person with the 2 steps from me, na APC parliamentarian. 1 year ago, APC not been there in governance. 1 year ago, we cabinet the meet, we state opening of parliament's been just happening. Now 2 people them from the opposition been there inside the well of parliament. 1 year ago, plenty people them in the threaten we about what need for happen. Whether then they demonstrate or whether insecurity they. Now His Excellency say they set up within then send them the now we all man they call tripartite committee. Tripartite because we know they will do peace and development work if we development partner they know they, if government know they, and in this case the other party, the opposition not been there. And they ask me, say, I for lead that tripartite committee. No cost, not the way I not see. Whether people them way been there on the government side, whether people them way been there on the opposition side, then cost me mama, me grandpa, me granny, me pikin there, all man then cost. But His Excellency tell me explicitly, say, we they go to that committee there with the people them across governments where they go with, you get one task. And the one task where they go for, now for ensure, say, you dialogue within the law, and you make sure, say, we sound that they resolve, una difference them, for make this country I go before una do am. And the one then will be there around the table, and I don't recount the story a couple of times, but I want to mention this. When we reach inside Bintumani, we there around table like this, all man don't holla, we not agree, this, that, all man. We go now, we separate room them. Now only big table like this, APC then the Ubayanda, governments the Ubaya, a far, people in the middle, so you see the other person, like, so you know Sabia. Now I send notes to Dr. Samura Kamara. I say, you know, Yuan, I want to talk to Yuan, me and you. Now I say, then come back, they say, no, you're not going to be Yuan. I say, okay, well, you tell me how many of you go can't talk. Then 3 come, then say that we 2 from we own side go. So all the major challenges, so people have been on grip, that small table where you talk, the pits they reach that the other person face. Where the person talk near you, the pits go in your face, your wife hand so small. I'd say the indifference them with the between all the solver. Now that side we build the main architecture of waiting go inside the agreement for national unity. Many months later, one of the resolution inside the agreement for national unity that will form the tripartite committee. Again, then calls T, then calls APC, then T, then calls Dr. Samura T, then calls UN, then T. Say, what's in that tripartite? To not for do tripartite, to not for do this, now waste time. Timeline been there. We meet every timeline with the inside that tripartite there. And now, so who side with it? We just see state opening of parliament 1 year later, fully constituted parliament. Every government entity now this country are participatory and inclusive of opposition. No sign of the way governments they do something where APC or opposition not there, or development partner they not there, or civil society not there, or traditional leader they not there. No sign, nothing not the way they do. We them people then they know they pan. And today, who side with it? This morning, people then, 9 other people then say, oh well, when I don't do this tripartite, nothing no go come inside. First of all, pan the agreement for national unity get 8 components. So they do all. Plenty they will done. Many more they will they do them. Inside the tripartite, you get all their recommendations and they for tell the people then of this country who side with it. We take them cabinet, make a committee. They ask me for my lead that committee there back. So I lead that committee there, include minister there, civil society, plenty different people there. We break hand down and send out to the different institutions them. And then institution then they don't sit down, they don't work on how they get for implement them. We get support from with development partner them. And we work for make sure say all what's in this that tripartite there. through the independent institution, then make them do their own, through the constitutional review, go with that day before, through a referendum, we'll do a national referendum, because now we as citizens, now we get the future of peace, and they require them reform them there. So again, I'm glad that cabinet in this instance asked me for lead on the post-implementation of the post-tripartite. And I want for assure when I say His Excellency just agreed today, say it will come for launch the full implementation plan for make sure say we will do that there. Now they will do today. The second thing where I want to talk about now on the women, youth, and peace. At this point, if you not don't cram the big five, something that for crammer. If you don't cram, that's for crammer. It's like they wake you up 2 a.m. There's something like the big five, you will count there. It's like one sentence. But the critical part, the precedent in big five, that human capital development. We've been the Kenne, I don't been the one day you read and one Chief Kane. So they explain this thing about human capital, about the big five. He said the last time, I mean, human capital development, 90 presidents say, but in don't begin member, why make the big five, then put human capital number 2? First of all the big five, they're all equal, eh? They're all important to governments, they do all. But more say, he say, why make them put on number 2? He say, the big five now, like you 5 finger then. Number 2, now you pointing finger. It says number 2, human capital development. Now they show the direction of beside the rest of the big five they go. But human capital development is so critical and so essential that you need women them, because now then historically they bien, now then they lead with social development. And you need the young people them. 70% of this country are they 30 and below. Now young people them. And the critical workforce now young people them. If you not get women them and young people them be peace, you never go before. So the important element with this government here they promote now for make sure say women them and young people them get peace. Now inside the same hall here, the Ministry of Information bring we recently from where we can launch the civic strategy. The minister say, they ask, I don't know how many, thousands of people all across the country on which thing will be the pillar then. One of the pillar then, the first pillar, the radical inclusion. You know they talk about peace if you not believe in radical inclusion. Because the principle of radical inclusion, they say, elect me and you, the feds, elect you in the opposition, elect me, I hate you. Elect you in a bad person, I still sit down with you and listen to you. It say the people that were not there inside this room, would they make sure, say, would they break the walls of this room, yeah, so more people than go come inside. It say, no matter whether you poor or you the far side, it no matter whether you na person will get disability, there's no one they can see, you know they're at table. The principle of radical inclusion say you for them at that table there. So, not to me, put her inside there. Not to the minister, put her inside there. Now, the people of this country, now then say it's important for we civic education, say inclusion. However you want call her. But inclusion, now a central piece to how we national cohesion for take place. Means say, no matter you color, no matter your gender, no matter your age, you for reach your highest potential. And at that day, now a central piece for how we as a country don't approach the UN Security Council. And at that day, now make we say, as you hear now in this country, all man knows say, what's in Salon they advocates for. With the advocates for 2 permanent seats at the UN Security Council, and would they expand the non-permanent seats at the Security Council. Why would they do that there? Inclusion. Because we say the voices of over 1 billion people not there inside the room. We say them voice, then they, then for they. So that principle of inclusion they, and participation, not to only Salone with the practicer, not to only Ministry of Education or Civic Education, but now the entire country, now in the practicer, for the world. The third thing we want to talk about, before I get for can talk about the Security Council, now we roll for peace as a culture. If anything, which I want to listen to today, I want to see how we go unlearn. We need to unlearn so that we will learn. And I'll give you an example. I'll give one example. When I've been there as Minister of Education with the Paramount Chiefdom, we get several interactions. But one, we go Nabu, then the Minister of Social Welfare, the Paramount Chiefdom. We say we want to pull corporal punishment. We say we don't want men and the beats will picking them at school. We carry and go cabinet. Cabinet say yes. But we get for go talk to the chief then. Now one chief put his hand up. Mr. Minister, this is not with man business. This is that thing where if you say you don't go land in America, now you the couch now. How you go come to me, he say me, we not for B2 Peking. If we not B2 Peking, how the Peking then go land? How discipline go there? How this? Now other chief puts his hand up. I say, I don't know what's in that chief they talk about too. But me, na me own community, na me own Usane beats me Peking then. But me, we believe say ABC for happen. It is linked to the culture of violence within our community. Here's one thing to unlearn. If my man not like me, they beats me. Not to me talk out. And so some man then can say. Then he say some woman them from different side and what the man they beats them, now the show say like them. The late woman, Sia, not go ever sit down there. Then conversation then we need to unlearn them. We need to unlearn the partner society where they make violence be normal. That picking at school, where because it distracted, because maybe it tired, it hungry. So they picking nose, or they stoning brother, you take her, you beat her, you damage her. What if you say they happen to that picking tomorrow? When self get strength, when self get power, what do they do to other person? If they beat her, they damage her. When in self they in our community, where it get wealth, where it strong pass, what do they do to her? They beat her, kill her. The second thing what we need for unlearn, and it's related to this, and you say, man, people then they jealous. Why you jealous? Yeah, they do anything. Hurt one because he's jealous. And hurt the one who is jealous. This weekend, somebody jealous because other person go meet now one girlfriend host, it kill her. Apart from the fact that Bakuma then get dozen girlfriend, then they know they kill them all. Apart from the fact say we there in the culture where people then get girlfriend them, it's okay. We know it's normal. This is what happens. No judgment. What's it wrong if that woman they get more than one girlfriend, one boyfriend? That you for grab go kill the other person because you feel say he cannot express himself. It's this culture of possessiveness and ownership of the woman body. People then feel say, now then get woman body. And so, as a man, you feel so strong and powerful in your own world that if other woman they look you, if other man they look you, if you they go kill her. We must unlearn the culture of violence. And it starts from where you jealous, you hurt the one. Where you not beat you with, you know you should say you like her. Where you picking, misbehave in school, if you beat her and say you pull mark in back. And final example, we're all in a group then. We're holding and cause people then mama then they bully them, cyberbullying. People then we not get faced, then just they be in a number. 000900, whatever the number is. We can then group then they, with the left sit down, with the all watch. Then they cause, mommy cause them. Then they tell people then think them we not need for happy. And we all just sit down, they laugh, hey, 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 like, hey, 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 emoji. How you feel sit down at the end? At the end, in violence in the physical world. Which is why the people then where they preach violence and hate in the digital world, governments don't say we cannot stand for that. Which brings me to the point about what government has done. The Independent Commission for Peace and National Cohesion within IR set up 3 years ago, 4 years ago. And about 19 other entities then, very NDMA denier, we see what's in NDMA they do, the National Public Health Agency. These institutions of government are essential for make sure say peace and national cohesion there. Final 2 points. You know, President Bio na blessed president. A blessed because we did usai we did today because of many years ago. Yeah, we were in the Minister of Information saying. I might just put her into slight context. 1997. People then here we not been born inside 97, put your hand up. If you younger, if you not been born by 97, put your hand up. It's okay, hand in there. Una not shame, it's okay. It's okay, on the high table. Okay. Why would have been the shame? 1997. The UN Security Council gets an oil and arms embargo pan Salone during the war. 1997, we all been the run, John Tab in there. We not been a good school, 1990. 1998, other coup in the back, 98, eh? Or not been invasion. Coup in the AFRC. Yeah. June 1998, UN Observer Mission set up by the Security Council. October 1999, the UN Security Council established UNAMSIL. February 2000, Resolution 1289, the UN Security Council decided for expand UNAMSIL. May 2000, they expand UNAMSIL back. At that point, the largest form and the authority would then give the UN for participate actively in conflicts. Now, Salone have been one of the first terms then we didn't do that there. Resolution 1346. Between the term we then establish UNAMSIL to when UNAMSIL begin wind down then work, then disarm and demobilize over 75,000 ex-combatants, including child soldiers. And as the minister say, we work with some of them child soldiers and they, when we not been picking them. The UN decide for set up UNIOSIL where they integrate peace, for consolidate peace. Resolution 1610, June 30th, 2005, for extend for the final months. Then transition Nande to the Integrated Peacebuilding Office, March 2014. Ban Ki-moon can here and listen to what Ban Ki-moon say. For wrap up with the final decision of the United Nations Security Council. Ban Ki-moon say, Sierra Leone represents one of the world's most successful cases of post-conflict recovery, peacekeeping, and peace building. And I clap for Salone. So where many years later, I get that privilege de for Sidon being President Bio. With the chair, the UN Security Council. President Bio and president of Salon. But that day, I've been president of the Security Council and president of the world. It became clear to me that waiting we can't talk here about, the people that many of the people that waiting at this table been there around the table, them been to Mani 1, been to Mani 2, they were there. Peace and national cohesion, not to today work and not to here at the end, but it's an ongoing effort and process where we all they do. So, day before yesterday, I've been there with the president inside office. We've been getting one meeting, but CNN been there on. And you see the joy in her face, where you see Imran, Ambassador Imran, the chair, one meeting about peace and security in the world. This country, where I read all the resolutions, but with UN Security Council being the make for end and shape how the world approach peace. Now they contribute to shaping peace around the world. So I want to end on this final piece around dialogue. President Bio don't tell me many, many times that he come out, Naton, he go na bush, he meets for the sanko, he say he go inside, we then go pan the peace talk, then two no more go na office, na room, then tell them say, we not kill you, say before we not come out, then peace day. Then go in a room, they not kill themselves, then can. We see how down the end. I don't work I go to APC party office headquarters in the middle of a crisis where nobody ever get mind for going to APC party headquarters. I go there, 1 floor, 2 floor, 3 floor, then welcome me and sit down with APC. We don't know, say, now this country, dialogue is the only guaranteed way for speaking about peace and national cohesion. So, I'm glad that we're here today, and I want for, on behalf of His Excellency, really, because you know, this, before I come on, I go to my office, I tell and say at the camp and this town hall. On behalf of His Excellency, I truly want to all congratulate the Ministry of Information and Civic Education. Because what they don't do, they don't normalize dialogue. They don't normalize civic participation. And dialogue, civic participation are the bedrock of peace and national cohesion. And I thank you.
The Right Honorable Dr. Moinina David Senge, me paddy, me brother, me ally, we work together for more than picking them. We don't live together. I remember the picture we shared recently, and be a picture of back in the days, the dark days of Salon, when them in the demobilize the picking them, the ex-child combatants them. They may get them a place where they call in-skin care centers. We been the goodie for go talk to them. That picture there, where I wear that green, don't see why they wear green, and I remind some people there. The one they wake you one doubt. Say, we've been there for talk to, we come in picking them, for help them, for come back in our society, for build the culture of peace. Thank you for your leadership, and thank you for where you don't set the tone. Now, we want to get people in voice here quickly. We get a quick short video, we want for sure, waiting people and think about the culture of peace, and then we come to the panel and start the conversation. So just give it just a 2-minute video quickly.
It not only means say government for do. It means say we Sierra Leoneans we for let we serve and embrace government policies. Because the issue is some people would say I don't like this, but because we not love we serve na Sierra Leone, now they cause all this. We need for love we serve and embrace government policy. That's all. Then peace go day. Peace will continue because peace day. As of now, peace day.
For Fenway for tackle this social media and things, because some man get access to the social media can feel say for misuse. why she for do the right things, but in order to do them by sending wrong information, incitement, where they bring calm and insecurity. Then two, like the drugs business, we don't see say the drugs don't rampant. We this now something in the near future we get for create problem, because when man don't take drugs, what you tell them, the politician can use them now for doing politics, for stop bad politics. The citizens, we the ordinary citizens and the government also of the day and the opposition, bad politics they kill and they bring insecurity in this country.
Alright, no, we forget about tribalism. We are the number one key aspect. We forget about tribalism. Trust me, everything they born well. They let the government cater for we the layman. Because yesterday they come meet we say, please vote for me, Lord, do this, Lord, do this, and which we did. So today it's our own turn for them to help us. Let them help us so that peace will reign in Sierra Leone.
Government for put all things in done, business for condom. If we open company for them, you man them. They work good day. If you work day, peace good day. But then they pass and thief, smoke, push, do all kind of bad things because they don't get work. So let government creates work for the youth man them. Then all the marketing for condom, they will step away because some of them are single parents.
They will come to one, they will come to the grow up. But not doing that, I'm not in the avenue. So me, I don't tell you that the day we will grow up, tribalism is not good. No, me say we shall be there. I don't know say you not the buy, you not TV, you not social, you not that. One or one in this country, if you not break down the dome, I'm not in the country, not country one, not peace in the country.
Thank you to SLBC for that. And a little clap for the people that will contribute their views there. Varying sets of views, economic issues, stop bad politics, and tribalism. All linked here we want for can talk about. We get a complex panel here. I want to join me. I just name the panelists then quickly. We will just clap them as I call the name because no one spend more time than we would already spend. Right here, Anna Kagbo, it represents the UN Youth Advocacy Group. Now, I'll clap for Anna. We get the Honorable Asat Mahoy, the Minister of Gender and Children's Affairs. Doctor, we get my sister Sally M. Adams, Women's Forum. There, Auntie Marie Bob Kande, where they represents the Markets Women's Association. My brother, champion for peace business at this country for a long time, Fambul Talk John Coker, who want for tell and thank you. I collect for calling me former self, the former president of the current president of the Children's Forum Network, Philippa Kridol, one for tell and thank you as well, where they are the Director General at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Ambassador Victoria Soleimani, the UN Resident Representative AI Rudolf Schwenk, who are also the UNICEF representative at the country. We had already met the Chief Minister, and then after we get my former colleague, Feminist Extraordinary Josephine Kamara, Director and Purposeful. My brother, very outspoken opposition leader in the Parliament, the Honorable Daniel Brahma Koroma. I want to especially clap for her. I tell and thank you for where they are with me. It represents the All People's Congress Party and the leader in our Parliament. We know they are Honorable Abdul Kagbo. And then, of course, the chair of the Independence Commission for Peace and Cohesion, the Reverend Shudanke Johnson. We get representing Interreligious Council, Reverend Abiose Samuels as well. Thank you, sir. And then we brought her from the National Youth Council, the Secretary General, James Cowie, there as well. The Council of Paramount Chief, PC Sheku Amadou Tijan Fasuluku Sonsiama. It's still I call him full name. Now clap for him. And of course, my uncle Alaji Mutada Sise, where they represents the Muslim parts of the Interreligious Council. Big panel. I got for try. And now I got for really push this panel for low keep and sharp. So we'll get a conversation, we'll mix inside the conversation, we'll come back and forth. So let's just tell now what we do. We'll divide this conversation into 3 parts. The first part, I call on the head of the table parts. First, help frame the conversation, the high level part. And then, I can to focus on women, youth, and peace building. So we get the woman and youth voices. And then the final part, now we go do now the community for advance the culture of peace. So Interreligious Council, Council of Paramount Chiefs, and others. So now so they mix them. In order for make perfect sense in that way, but we try. So we set the tone right. The first possible wangi na we brother Rudolph from the United Nations, because I also want to help for frame. I mean, I'm not saying in English you get for talk. I know say your Creole is really good, but I'm gonna give you a pass and let you speak in English. Really, I know you know, there were 3 sides to the tripartite, and I like to remind people of that. It was the United Nations and our development partners. You played a critical role in helping to bring us around the table, making sure we keep this going. And part of why we're having this conversation as well is because we're not just talking about peace today because of our role as a country, but very soon, next month in New York, there is the Summit of the Future. And one of the critical pillars of that conversation is about the future of peace. So we're trying to link this all together. I want in your brief opening remarks, if you may, to help us frame why that is important for Sierra Leone. Over to you, sir. You can sit there. I'm going to ask everybody now to sit where you are so we don't have to stand. Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Actually, I was hoping not to speak after the Honorable Chief Minister because he's such an excellent speaker. I did not understand everything, but what I understood was excellent. So thank you very much for setting the tone. And thanks very much also for organizing this town hall. Because let me say the bottom line first. Without peace and cohesion, there is no sustainable and inclusive development. Yeah? And we cannot achieve that without peace and cohesion. And let me also, coming back to the video we saw from His Excellency the President, congratulate Sierra Leone for taking up this presidency of the UN Security Council. Supporting peace globally, that is not a minor thing, and taking the opportunity also for several signature events. There was a discussion on the permanent representation on the Security Council, and the Secretary General, who is here behind me, and I represent the Secretary General today as resident coordinator ad interim, fully supports this. So Africa deserves a seat, a permanent seat at the table. And I thank you also for giving these details about the UN resolutions. I wasn't prepared for those details, but let me just reiterate that Sierra Leone has really come a long way, and there has been a special relationship with the United Nations. There has been a close partnership supporting the post-war recovery and peace-building efforts. And as you said, it started in 1998 with an observer mission. It morphed into a peacekeeping mission for several years, for 7 years actually, and then ended with a peace-building office that then handed over, if you wish, the responsibility to national institutions and the people of the country in 2014, which means it was a certification that the country has matured. And that, I think, is very, very special. So these missions have helped Sierra Leone to stabilize and support the recovery from the civil war. Now, was this the end of the UN engagement? It was not. It was not, because the United Nations are here, the United Nations team is here, and the Peace Building Fund, which is a global fund that was established in 2006 to help peace efforts globally, has strongly engaged in Sierra Leone in different areas, in state building process, in conflict prevention resolution, social cohesion, in peaceful elections, justice, security sector reforms. It was even, and you mentioned the cyberspace, and with social media, there was an I-Verify platform established to help counter misinformation. And that, I think, was a great contribution also to the peacekeeping efforts, if you wish, in the country. The Peace Building Fund has also helped to strengthen human rights mechanisms, including SGBV protection, rights of people with disabilities, community dialogues, early warning systems in the Office of National Security and police headquarters. So the UN and the United Nations, the Peacebuilding Fund is very, very strongly engaged. There have been intergenerational and school-based dialogues that were facilitated. I have, by the way, also witnessed myself the power of such dialogues. You mentioned dialogue when I was in Bombali district after the elections, and I met some young people who participated in a peacebuilding fund supported activity, and they were very passionate in telling me how they encountered conflict and how they were able to mitigate the conflict. Yeah? And that for me was very special to hear it firsthand from the people who benefited from it. It's also about trust, right? We have to have trust between government and the people. We have to have trust between, for example, the police and young people. So there are projects like empowering youth bike riders as agents for peace. All of this is implemented by different UN agencies. There are youth at risk projects. So all of that is ongoing, and we will continue to do this. And just to mention that in our newly launched, again by yourself, the Sustainable Development Cooperation Framework of the United Nations, a very strong focus, a whole pillar, is devoted to governance and economic transformation. And that is considering in particular marginalized and vulnerable groups, women and youth, and supporting institutions for accountable governance systems, effective resource management, and evidence-based decisions. So that will be fully aligned also with the National Medium-Term Development Plan, going up to 2030, which, by the way, not many people know this, is also innovative. When we had the discussion, initially the government thought maybe to go a little shorter, and then now fully aligning with the SDG up to 2030, I think is also something to be congratulated, and the United Nations are fully engaged. Maybe last, before you cut me off, I can read body language. The Summit of the Future, which is going to be linked with the General Assembly, is a follow-up to the SDG Summit last year, and it really focuses on global governance. It wants to reinvigorate the multilateral system, accelerate SDG progress. There will be dialogue also with young people. There will be side sessions. A full day is dedicated to discussion with young people. So this is something very special. I call on all the member states and stakeholders. Civil society will also have a space there to fully participate and to contribute to the pact for the future that hopefully will be the outcome at the end of September. I stop here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Let's please put our hands together for him. Now, for the rest of the panelists, I really want to make this as interactive as possible. So at the beginning, do a timer for 3 minutes for our interventions. So they keep on sharp, because otherwise we will sleep now, and a lot of people have a lot of things to say. I'll give you an exception from the APC. I'll give you 2 additional minutes, so it will be 5 minutes. But first, on the Pact of the Future and the international, the work with Salon do. CM don't already talk about with presidency of the Security Council, but also you as a Director General of Foreign Affairs, Madam Suleimani, talk about why this Pact of the Future is important to Salon. Help with for Freeman quickly, and then we'll come to you, Honorable Brahma from the APC. Go ahead. 3 minutes.
Minister CM, I want to say thank you for call Foreign Affairs for adding voice to this conversation. The Pact of the Future, it actually evolved from COVID time, na the Genesis standing, when the UN they commemorate the 75th anniversary of the establishment of the United Nations. The world leaders say COVID, the implementation of the SDG was too slow. And where COVID came, even the little gains where they don't attain for implement the SDGs was taken away. So they said we are going to reform the UN to make it, I don't want to say fit for purpose, to make it fitter for purpose. So they instructed the Secretary General to do a report where it be present 1 year later, we call our common agenda. So now from that, our common agenda, this thing don't evolve. Now on the 22nd of September, the world leaders can get for go and endorse what they call Pact of the Future. It's a deal a loaded document with a chapeau, 5 chapters, and 3 annexes. So the sustainable development, now the first chapter, sustainable development, and the second chapter, they talk about peace and security, and then the third chapter, they talk about science, technology, and innovation. The fourth chapter, youth, peace, youth and future generations. And the fifth chapter, and they talk about the global governance. And then get 3 annexes. The 3 annexes, they talk about the Global Digital Compact, the Declaration of the Future, and the intergovernmental negotiations of the UN Security Council. So this conversation could not have been more apt, really. It very much in place that President Bio don't come out, he don't make that powerful statement on spotlighting the historical injustice where then be left Africa being. We will not get no seat in the permanent category of the UN Security Council, where the most powerful organ of the UN, where they talk about maintenance of international peace and security. So this pact of the future, now a deal, and it's under negotiations right now. In fact, the 3rd revised version, then get for adoption shortly in readiness for the leaders there for go endorse. President Bio will be one of the leaders that will endorse this deal for multilateral cooperation and how we could build on the lessons that we don't learn, especially with Sierra Leone, a post-conflict country. One of the key priorities now the Security Council, we're in peace and security, and then we are talking about United Nations reform inside the Security Council. Chief Minister, Sierra Leone are the first country we don't take this conversation from the UN General Assembly. Intergovernmental negotiations is meant to be in the General Assembly. So people were saying, oh, are you taking the IGN from the General Assembly? No. We just want to take the talk on the Security Council inside the organ where they don't met this historical injustice on we, so that we go spotlight.
Thank you.
And we saw the reactions. All the one that we speak after we President Bio don't speak. The Pact of the Future is important. It was a very loaded document. Now, wheelbarrow they for don't take for go take an UN. But the co-facilitators, the permanent representatives of Germany and Namibia, then say no, they make and short. So now I make them give under 5 chapters, brief, so that you go short and precise. But then the 3 annexes, I don't know. One of the annexes is the intergovernmental negotiation. I have so much to say.
All right, on a clap, please, for the DG. And I want to take this opportunity to congratulate you, boss, the current Foreign Minister, Timothy Musa Kabaya, the Deputy Minister, and you as the DG for our leadership. I think we all as Sierra Leoneans, they will not watch CNN and all these international media in awe at how this small country, I would actually talk to the EU chief, they tell me, say, Manuel, say, we look at other countries, them, even their own country, then go into the Security Council, a big thing. Then they hire like hundreds of people and complex staff and all that. But for C Salon, don't maintain and do it when I don't do so. Truly, really impressive. Now I'm bringing the conversation home, Lokana Salon. So I go to you, Honorable Daniel Kuruma. Honorable, the question we don't ask people them, and I want to keep this conversation looking at the future. Waiting we for do na Salon for EPWI, for cultivate a culture and a future of peace. Waiting we for do together. Waiting you want see happen more and more. Waiting you party want for see. The thing that we don't do right, we mean say we EPWI follow again peace so today. I give 5 minutes. Just use the mic, we don't work just now, baby. Okay. Make us start your time again, man. Oh, yes. Go ahead.
Thank you very much, Mr. Honorable Minister. I will take the cue. I will ignore the provisions of Section 97 of the Constitution and also 38. That as a sitting member of Parliament, if I'm to be treated honorably in and out of Parliament, under Section 30, you cannot limit my time below 30 minutes. That is what the law says. Section 97 and SO 38. But in the interest of progress, I take the cue.
We appreciate that, Honorable. We thank you.
I will present my 1 hour speech in 5 minutes. Just one. Just one. Government in, this is frank discussion now. Yes. Government in, government out. The manner in which we make our laws. We make our laws to be our servants as government in power. That has been the tradition. We make laws to be our servants as government in power. Forgetting to note that that same law, which is our servant now, is very good. But one day, that same servant will be your master. When power changes hands. And then the struggle continues. That has been our problem. When I come, every legal procedures or legislative processes, we twist, we coin them to serve us. By the time we leave power, we regret because it bites us. Government in, government out, this is our singular problem. And as it is now, in my capacity as a deputy leader of opposition, I'm here on the instructions of my leader, Ambudu Abukabo. I've seen notices on social media. Not one, not two, not three. On an ongoing constitutional review process. Ongoing. Not planned, ongoing. But it may shock you to know that as it is now, we have not been involved in this review process as a government in the making. We have not been involved. And one thing about concept of change, when you foster change by political will, sometimes if the change is positive, fine. But whether the change is positive or negative, as long as the reason for the change is based on political will, that change can be overturned in the future. But when you lay the basic foundation that will allow change with two characteristics, the concept of change with two characteristics. One, it should be unstoppable. The change comes, you cannot stop it. The change comes, you cannot even take notice. The system you put in place will bring that change even without your notice. When change comes in that manner, it cannot be overturned because it is part of everybody's blood vessel. It is part of the blood vessel of the state. So one thing we must correct is the mother of our laws. The mother of our laws is the ground norm, the 1991 Constitution. If it is being reviewed, I support 100% that that law is outdated now. We need a new brand law. But let it be inclusive. Don't take it as if it should be your servant as government in power. Because one day, you will be out of power. And it will be your master. Then you regret. It applies to all of us. Of course. We have been in power before. We did certain amendments. Some people had been in power before. They did certain laws. Power changed. We've all seen both sides. APC has seen both sides. The other side. Some people have seen the other side. So what I'm talking now, you are my witness.
Thank you.
So on that note, I stop here for now.
On a loud clap for the Honorable, please. I want to say something. CMC, we did try to create the culture of peace and dialogue in this country. Just recently, on the day with His Excellency in state opening of Parliament, we get some international guests that will be there. Now the panel, I invite the Honorable Abdul Kagbo and the leader of William Party in our Parliament, Honorable Nyuma. We get a frank kind of conversation. Firm, but like I say so, in truth, direct, and we can disagree. That's not the culture we want for building in this country. It's not possible if una not participate. It's not possible if you not can hear. And I want to place on record with very sincere appreciation to you in leadership of your party for what you there and for you on frank words the way you don't say. I assure you, say we listen to those words. This process will continue to make us inclusive as we can, and we'll continue to learn as we go forward. Thank you very much, and we'll continue to hear from you as well. And thank you when you not talk for 30 minutes because you make a begin panic. Just to remind people over there for the Slido, continue to send your thoughts in. I want to go to the chairman of the Independence Commission for Peace and National Cohesion. Mr. Chairman, you don't hear the government side, you don't hear the opposition side, you don't hear the UN side, you don't hear the foreign affairs side. Your institution naming creates for EPWI actually for cultivates the culture of peace in this country. Usa would they now, and from what you don't observe, waiting at the additional thing that we will need for do for our strength in this culture of peace.
All right, thank you, Mr. Minister.
Now 3 minutes.
Yes, sir.
I know say you're a reverend.
Yes, sir. Well, I think we don't come a long way, but we get a long, long way to go. And a long way because, you know, Chief Minister don't already say some things, and my brothers don't speak. For the mere fact that we able for those out there today, we don't take some decisions, and hard decisions, and we some time will not be willing for taking the past. So that time we say, people then had day in the process of peace, but since peace is not a one-day journey, now ongoing journey, so this journey ever continue. And one of the things we're going to do for me the journey, that consistency. We're not going to be able to take 10 steps forward and we'll take 15 steps backward. We get to make sure that then TIO don't say in all we different forums and platforms and we don't talk about. We will make sure that we honestly, even when it is hot we, even when it is pain we, that we try for work with them. Also, it's very important for that we make sure that the peace become a multifaceted thing, not only one area. From education that places them, we put her inside the school, picking them curriculum. Important so they go learn them. We make sure say this peace business here, not in only tap day, but we make sure say over and again we beat the drum, over the radio, na social media, na television them, over and again we beat the drum. Let us not start today, no one will stop. We will also make sure say this same peace thing, the political party demo, other government agencies and department demo, international body demo, they all play their own part consistently. You know, one thing I know is that persistent, when you do something persistent, it break the back of resistance. Anything you do constantly, you must break the back of resistance. And we will make sure also that everybody included. This is also thing because this man not go back to school, this man belong to this color or this color. All man, at least are the way forward. And we don't reach someone at the country, we don't become so colorblind. I will tell you something interesting will happen. When the American, they celebrate the Independence Day. This is what me observe a good day. They put bead in our neck, different kind. Over the people they put the bead. And it will interest you, I meet him up. Some man with them puts green bead in his neck. He quietly pull the green bead, put it in his pockets. He left the other bead. I mean, I see him. Yeah, they see, we don't become so colorful. So man when they put red bead, he quietly pass pull and he left one bead there. Why? Because of all the things that we minister say, we for unlearn, we for learn and for relearn. Because it's very important. All man for be included. And I want to say this thing because being an African, I always have to put something where they make the average man understand. One small village we did, they get problem. One elephant, they eat all and crop them. So they all set trap for the elephant. They're not able. Now one local hunter, now he go set the trap, he dig hole, he put dead wood, and the elephant can't pass, he go inside the hole. But you watch the size of the elephant, he says, this elephant, I'm not going to take him. Now you go to the village, you go tell the village, tell the chief them. Say that elephant with the ambog, we find out you don't follow inside trap. Lord, go take him. Now the people then pull all the instruments and begin dance. Big dance. Then begin sing. We don't catch we elephant. We don't catch we elephant. We don't. All man they sing, they go. But this one man when he said, I said the trap, he left behind, he begin sing, I don't kill me elephant. I don't kill me elephant. Then the chief hearing in song. Now he said, all man stop. So all man stop. Then they say this man is sing, I don't kill. Why don't they say we? Then the chief said, no, I'll go back to the village. That man, I don't kill elephant. May I go take him. The man can, he look the elephant, he look at the hole. Is he sustainable? Now he go back to the village. As he reach at the village, now he begin sing, we don't kill we elephant. We don't kill we elephant. So all man join them. All man join and then come, they take the elephant car and go to town. Because now we, at this time, not to now we don't kill we elephant.
Thank you so much, Reverend. I think elephants aid not to picking load. And waiting we don't they do as well now the ministry. After November last year, we launched a campaign called Salon Big Pass We All. And I don't see that day. And for remind we all say, like how you say, the country bigger than we all. And that no matter what you be, what you do, that you be, Salon na for puts above all else. Now so the national anthem say, now so the national pledge say, and put her interest above all else. High we exalt the realm of the free. Now the national anthem, now the national ethos done in a Salon. So thank you for reminding me of that. I want to come to you, John, because I want to let you talk about at the grassroots level. You work, people that know you don't win plenty award. For me, small Nayamen and small Peking, you don't do peace building, family talk. What do you hear from the communities on whose side we day when it comes to peace and national cohesion? And what do you think say the ordinary people them at the community level? And after that, we will transition and talk to Josephine and Philippa before we do the women, peace and security. So I want to just let you just talk for 3 minutes. In your family talk conversation, what's in family and they say?
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. First and foremost, this is really great. And I'll go straight to the point, make make use of me 3 minutes. One, people learn to a large extent then conscious of the peace. But I think, to be fair, we also get our uneasiness because of the way how the politicians there and the other one, the way now the underground politicians there, they micromanage their involvement at the community level. The words that they go with, then they mislead some community people them. So what they want to do? The approach now is how the communities then go there at the center of their peace and development. And this I go tell you, say, the Ministry of Local Government and Community Affairs, the Ministry of Development and Economic Planning, alongside other ministries and the Ministry of Gender, they try to get a conversation at the village level, whereby the village, the unit, not section, not chiefdom, how we go internalize the culture of peace. How that person when they come on a village, when they wake in the morning, how it go ensure say the host happy. Because when the host not happy, when you go na do, you go that kind of problem there. And your approach to things will be different. So basically the approach is, let's see what can be done at the village level. And I think say the government, they also talk to development partners them. For make them support villages. First for maybe amend the law, for make we get village councils, whereby the village, now you get 7 borehole now a village. So then I want the work. What you do? Because when they go to, then now one NGO go to or one partner, but if they go there hand over to the village, say this is yours, the peace we will get, now we get that. Make sure say nobody not come on a door or outside the village for can tamper out. So basically, people want to be involved. People want to be at the driver's seat. And with the hope, say, with this new approach where the Ministry of Local Government, the Ministry of Moped, they work towards, they go able for open up the space for make we consolidate the peace with it. Make no mistake, the peace we will get, we all appreciate the effort and way the government don't make, the opposition don't make, and other development partners. But the government of the day, in primary responsibility, now for protect, preserve, and encourage the people there for make we all become peaceful in Sierra Leone. Thank you, sir.
Wow. Sharp, sharp. You even give me 36 seconds more what they can use now. Thank you so much, John Coker, and thank you for your work you don't do in our communities and for countless years for promoting the culture of peace. I want to come to the feminist activist na the panel. We na Josephine Kamara from We Are Purposeful. Full disclosure, na me from my homeland, We Are Purposeful. So, Josephine, una partner in this conversation. From your own perspective, I'm not saying the conversation that we don't get, you don't talk, say peace not to just follow, we talk about peace not alone. That waiting they happen around the world, we get a duty. And I'm not saying that you're passionate about. Why the culture of peace conversation as alone supposed to include waiting they happen around the world and our neighborhood? 3 minutes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Minister. One, because the UN Foundation consider we as a global actor when it comes to the conversation of setting the agenda for waiting peace and security for the world get for look like. Then one. Before I go too deep into that, one for be able for at least help people and for understand that peace is not just the absence of war. Because most of the time when we talk about peace, people quickly say, oh, we're not in a salo, we're not in this place here. So meaning we are a very peaceful country. Peace now is social construct, now something where we they build. It involves different layers, them different bricks them where they put together. It involves we social interaction with each other. It involves we ideals them, we cultural understandings them and political agreements them. And then they make a glad if we say the opposition person there and he get the opportunity for speak in your own truths. I want to make we also know that when we talk about the conversation of peace, it also ties with the conversation of equality and dignity of all. Because most time, because we're not in a country, people and they assume say, even though equality conversation is not still respected in that space or be upheld in certain way in that space, they're not can relate them to them, but then two things and they really tie. The reason we make them two things and they really tie is where there is chaos and crisis, we know say for many time, woman and girl picking them body na in at the battlefield. Me na possibly born during the war, I grow during the war, and I experienced the war na me body. So I understand what it means when a society is not peaceful, or when we declare say war done, but still we live in a society where other things them they uphold the peace and rights and dignity for women them and girl picking them. The other thing where I want to talk about now the fact that we cannot see Sierra Leone as a country where isolated from the world. We're not going to able to discuss the future of peace alone if we blind to waiting they happen around we. Because the world they born around we. Crisis they happen around we. And then crisis then they you go to think say, well, me not in this country or not in that country, not get any impacts on my life. It they directly impact you. And I don't make a not too glad the way we leaders, we political leaders them, not can talk about that and be accountable. Then can just sit down and they receive mommy and daddy costs. Then they explain who say fuel crisis come on, who say the price of living they come out. All of that they directly linked to other global crises the way they happen. For example, areas the way they produce oil. If war they let's take for example the Middle East or the Russia-Ukraine war. It affects we as the ordinary people then because na place the way they produce oil. So we need we situate we safe in then conversation and then. Now then they make some of we as the activists as we celebrate peace na salon, we still see a long side there for go. Because one we need for conscientize with people and for understand say we are situated within a geopolitics. Within that context there we for understand what's in our role as a country. And now we are key player them. Just now we are president of the Security Council. That means say no other conversation about peace and security, not for go on where we just go low, only focus on with domestic issues then. We for also focus on how we contribute to addressing international peace and security, and also focus on how we contribute to making sure this country is safe for women and girl picking them. Because the safety and dignity of women and girl picking them, including we rights to bodily autonomy, including we addressing the fidgeting of young girls and clitoris, It's all part of waiting peace building look like. Peace building, like I say, not to the absence of war. And I hope we always go get down the way we think about peace. So when women are free, when women can participate fully in political processes, it means say women are equal contributors. And if you are like when you get national cake, then one man team up, it take all the cake, they give a quarter of that cake to one woman. They say, well, you know, peace then at this country because I don't give half cake to that woman. Without we rights, with responsibilities, and with dignity, without governments not making proper framework them way for look after we, and I celebrate the minister there, I know say most framework then they in play, but without the implementation, proper implementation of these laws, then it's impossible for make we say we don't achieve peace.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. I want for Kanto, Una, the audience, briefly, if somebody gets a burning point we want to make, what would you do? We want to keep this conversation interactive. I'll give you 1 minute for a few people then for just make them brief interventions and they will come back to the panel after that. I want to say also, if you did a year, you get a mobile phone, you did Orange, AfriCell, and QCell, you can send me a text, and the text they come now, I will see them, and I will also read your contribution in case you want to react in real time. The number is 818, toll free on all of them platforms. And by the way, everything we do at the ministry now, inclusive and it's toll free, so all them platforms then you can send. So if I not call you now, you can still send your text message. When I don't listen to a lot of the panel so far, I just want to give a few people quick one. Would the microphone in the inside? Yes. Madam Minister, I want to give non-ministers the first chance, and then I will come back to you as a minister. I know, but make I just give, make I give ordinary citizens a quick chance. Yes, the gentleman with the cap, number one, quick. I will cancel you, Madam Minister. I will cancel you, yes. So now 1 minute, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Minister. Although I'm apparent to minister, I'm representing the Persons with Disability Commission as a commissioner. My concern here is about the victims of war, persons who became disabled as a result of war. We know what they have gone through. Until this moment, their situation is not being properly addressed. As a nation, I think we need to focus our attention in handling, reviewing, and addressing the victims of war who became disabled as a result of the war. According to the TRC report, there are provisions that we need that guided the process of taking care of them. So whilst we are talking about peace and national cohesion, we need to take into consideration physical victims of war and how they are going through the current trauma endlessly in their lives. So as a nation, we need to.
Thank you so much. Very important point. I think there's a lady in hand right at the back there. Yes. Yes, please. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, everybody.
If you sabi talk Creole, I beg you let talk Creole.
Now that's how they do, sir. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Lala, and I represent Gender and Development Department. My own question, waiting una the government and other body then they do concerning misinformation, disinformation, and attack on journalists, because that's now one thing where don't they affect the peace of this country, and we don't see several demonstrations them we don't come out, and that's now one thing again inside human rights issue. We see the effects of disinformation on the vaccine. We see the effects of the deformation on electionary results, tripartite, and so many things. So waiting the government and other body them they put concerning that.
Thank you, Lala. Excellent points. I want to give ordinary citizens them first chance. Una all what they see we get position there. Wale una put una hand on. Una wait in a government. Wa sabi una sabi me. Una wait. Logi citizens and chance. Okay. I see another young. Now the lady in hand I want. The lady. Okay. Yes, that lady there. Thank you.
Okay, so well, good afternoon.
Yes.
I get an observation where I make because me and Aisha Kamara can represent Care Sierra Leone. The observation where I make now that we don't use entertainment for send a lot of messages for develop peace na salon. But on the panel, we get, I know they make any advocacy for the entertainment, for the peace ambassador of entertainment, but I want to believe if we can get somebody from the entertainment sector, we go then at that table for this.
The chief minister.
How entertainment.
Na senior rapper.
No. Okay, so let me.
Una no Randy. Say more. Good points. I'm just joking. Go ahead.
Let me sectorize down.
Okay.
Let me
thank you.
Get people and ways specifically
thank
they into entertainment for talk about what entertainment will do for
Thank
bring
you.
camp peace na salon.
Thank you very much. Good points. Final points, the gentleman. Yes. And then when they come back to now, let we listen. The panel, I want to give the chance for let them respond, and then we'll come back. We'll keep this conversation going. You don't need for team up. You can sit down. It's okay.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Minister. I just want to make some plea.
Do you introduce yourself?
My name is Abubakar. Mina Abubakar Bangura from the African Youth with Disabilities Network, Sierra Leone. And we are next meeting. We want to see disability representation at the high table.
Correct.
Because it stands out and it's a very serious issue.
Thank you very much.
And what me want for bring out now this. Sometimes me I admire when somebody they cost, heavy mommy cost. You know, because it take that guts, it take that zeal. And all the one boils down to positive parenting we're lacking. And the homes where I feel say nobody not touch from the panelists then. I think government and other partners need for really pay emphasis because it no matter how somebody vex, but it no mean say your reaction for make you take somebody in life or hurt somebody or just feel like I say you know the law. You know, so a lot of things need for put in place for Andula. Thank you.
Thank you so much, all for their inputs, and they will come back to Una. I want to come to the panel, but some very pointed question, and they were just want to make clear. One on the question of entertainment sector, we definitely invite both the peace and entertainment ambassadors, both of them not be disposed for there. But as a ministry, part of the work we want to do, especially for promote peace and cohesion, we take that point. We really, already we get one family people here, of course, they don't perform, they don't sing for winner, then starts the day, then self now part of the entertainment industry, and a very disability inclusive group. Very, very proud as a ministry for say, we don't insist. Every public event we'll get sign language interpretation, we don't make a policy, and we don't also they make sure say, we expand that facility to other ministries there now. We then get events as well as the Minister of Information. So I take your points, we will do better, we'll continue for learn, and we'll continue for do better. But I want to just quickly give Alaji Mutada Sise a chance for talk about this question of misinformation and disinformation. Now, one of the comments that will come, and I think recently between you and Reverend, we've been getting a conversation about the role where religious leaders and they play. Not so long ago, we get two religious leaders and apparently do video or audio. One declares, say, in a vision. One day for go, not for go walk. The country, the poel. The other name, they declare anything in there. So, as religious leaders, how we now your role as well for help for promotes the culture of peace, especially consider this country who so respect una as religious leaders in the platform they will get. I hear you talk eloquently that day about una young commitments to peace. I will make you talk and then the Reverend talk, and then we will come on the women, peace and security side quickly. Go ahead, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Minister. First of all, I address the issue of misinformation and disinformation from the Islamic perspective. Then I go on for quickly go through some issues where I consider spiritual. That is the guidance where scripture, they give way if we follow them.
As long as you do all in 3 minutes.
No, less than 3 minutes.
Thank you.
The issue is, in Islam, it is very clear. Say, when there is something, before you disseminate them, you make sure so you don't confirm them. So if you follow that scripture, you won't go wrong. So I just want to mention that all this issue of misinformation, disinformation, now because even the Muslims may not be adhering to what their scripture, the Holy Quran, tells them. So I go on for advice, any Muslim, go to the book, it tells you how to manage information. But let me just quickly mention the issue of law and order. And where I say law and order, I don't mean this sophisticated crime or underground thing. So I mean simple law and order. Let us take the traffic. Every day I come to town and go back, you see people going against the traffic. Where they not for do that. Don't allow that to happen for any reason, because them people where they break them simple laws, they are the people who are against peace. So let us address them low-hanging fruit.
You were there if you break traffic, you are against peace. So this message now for you, sir.
This is very true. They are the same people that when they go jog, the people that hand because they go against the traffic. So I want to mention that. The second thing I want to is patience. I will left my colleague. The Quran is very clear. It says, Allahu ma'asabirin. It said, God there with the people that were patient. The country, the situation we get is that people not patient. Then make one effort, they want big reward. Not also the world turn. So if you want peace, thank you. Let us be patient. Then finally, I just want to mention the issue of patriotism. I've been so pleased that you start with the pledge. Believe me, if we listen to the pledge and we commit to it, the effort at peace will be very well realized. I worked in Bangladesh for a few years. I realized that the first 2 years, every time I go into a lift or public transport, they say, which country? Which country? Which country? Then they ask me which country I come out. Mm-hmm. At first, I've been feeling discrimination. But when I find out later, the Bangladeshis are so national conscious that when they see you as a foreigner, they want to let you remember your country. So then later I begin to say, this is good. And the reason why they're national conscious, they fight for the independence in 1971. So these are the issues, low-hanging fruits. Let us change our attitude to our country, then we will make progress. Thank you
very much. Alhaji Mutada Sise. I'm glad that we talk about patriotism. As the Ministry of Information and Civic Education, we work on a new national agenda for civics. For start with this idea, say we for love we country. For love we country, we for sabi the country. We for change the narrative of we history. In the last events organized, Ali talk say, for example, then they say we been get hot tax war in 1898. What's a hot tax war? Now the first war of independence. But now because the story now other person writes, I make you say we na hot tax war. No, we people let me the fact say we want to be free. Now that day they were supposed to celebrate. And at that day, the national pride they start for. That we take pride in ourselves, we recalibrate with history. I assure you say now something we will work on and we will come very soon and go work with now on that. Reverend Abiose Samuel, sir. I want to let yourself contribute to this whole conversation on what thing we supposed to do for change with attitude, but also as religious leaders. I have to say, this prophecy culture is more than the Christian side than it is in the Islam side. Then video they all they see, then audio they all they see. And I know say the Interreligious Council and also the Council of Churches in Salone don't play a leading role. We from more small, in fact, the first activist events we organize, where I go to a Council of Churches in Sierra Leone, they will be go. When I don't play a leading role. So I wait till now one for say on what till now for do for help we for beat misinformation and disinformation and promote the culture of peace.
Thank you very much, Mr. Minister. First of all, I have to say, we got a big journey ahead of we. If we look who don't come out, who day now, and who want go, we got to take bold and deliberate steps. Because we don't allow me values them, things that will be old as core values them. Now we country make the go away. When we grow up in this country, small one, unity been there around the community that we friend we serve. We know who that they talk, we know say this way they talk, now good thing for we, or this way talk, na bad thing for we. We been get certain communities and the religious leaders they will respect. We been get teachers them. When they tell you teacher they come, you're afraid. We even get security personnel them. When they tell you soldier man they come, because after they say was soldier man safe. Now voila. So when the kind of people and they talk, we may listen them. But we come to a situation now where we look to say lie. Lie, now fancy. And lie where they come out from leadership, condom. So from then to now, where people begin to lie for people, we the Sierra Leoneans say now, even now they believe the lie, pass the truth. So that when you self they go as religious leaders, you they try or tell them, say this is the truth. This is what the government is saying. This is how it should go. People then they look and say, you know, nonsense about it. I go to one community, I don't travel outside this country. When they just pass this child marriage act. I go there, where I go and they engage them. Now they tell them, say, why don't come out of this country? We say, picking them, not for marrying them. And all the other go for the marriage, so I tell them always. As I begin to order things, the other they first begin grab, now the mammy them. Now the mammy them begin grab. After the mammy them don't begin grab, now one man till up, they say, Reverend, he say, yeah. He say, yeah, not to marry there. He say, yeah, now, gibele de na ya. And when I gibele on, I you go put now, say, this man, I don't give me underage picking or you don't marry underage picking. So the value system, Papa, it don't go. So for make we able for come back and move forward as a nation, there are certain values them, like honesty. First time they tell you they go to school, they say learning is better than silver and gold. But now, wealth is better than everything. So all man they go down for the gentry. He forget the morals behind the gentry. And Jesus said, do unto others as you would have for them not do unto you. So make we watch ourselves. Make we watch ourselves or do the good things we go change we country, sir. Thank you very much.
Where the people of God they talk, we just now for just listen and learn. And I tell you thank you for that. But just want to say to the person who is saying that Gibele Denaya, Lord Day already for Gibele. And if you Gibele to person who now under 18, the law is very, very stronger because we send you go jail for minimum of 15 years. And then the President Bill stand for, the Honorable First Lady stand for, and we all they push that there as well. But you're right, we talk about values. And we all for do together for define what are the values. Quick one, watch a video on women peace and women peace building as alone, 2 minutes, and then we'll come and talk to the woman leader, the Ogaya, on what's a woman their own perspective and what's the state of women peace building at the country. I'll go.
Peace building is, of course, when you are in a situation where you have found that there has been conflict, there has been insurgencies, there has been chaos, there has been violent activities. Women have come forward, women have supported initiatives of peace building.
As part of the GYPI program, the Gender Youth Promotion Initiative, we were able to institute the Inclusive Conflict Prevention and Peace Building Project, which is a project that addresses the prolonged exclusion and marginalization of young women and men from their own decision-making processes.
But now, in next time they call meeting and Barry, they can call me there, we go there. First time, we see they get out, we see woman they go, una come here. Woman business don't depend this. But now, we tell God thank you. Any meeting where they hold at this cheap down now, woman go most day.
As an ambassador, what I can't in, I don't go out there and talk to people. What they for do way they go make the community go get in peace.
In terms of building the peace, women are good peace builders. Okay. So, for instance, when women understand how to play that role, they can also understand how to lead peace processes in an international level and also at a community level as well.
Thank you very much. Now clap for the, and I want to tell the production team plenty thank you for the work they do. I want to start with Auntie Marie Bob Kande because I feel like we want to listen directly, and then we go on this segment we will end with the minister. Auntie Marie, we come to Women's Forum, we come to the UN YAG, and then we come to the Honorable Minister for Gender and Children's Affairs. Auntie Marie, you don't be a leader in this country for long term. You don't talk for market women there. You don't organize them. Without women then a salon, we not get peace. All this talk we talk now about peace in this country. If the women of this country not being come together, they mobilize, then tawa for peace. Peace not they come. And more people don't, and particularly the market women them. So Auntie Marie, usa we dey now we camp for peace. Waiting we need for do more. Waiting you woman then what you do with they say about waiting we in our governments and waiting all man at this table supposed for do for we able for enjoy more peace than alone.
Thank you very much, Chair. We're in the middle. Yeah, in the peace process, we're in the middle. The reason why we'll be advocates for we'll get election before peace will be not say peace na process. The gun will set months, but the peace, 30 days now they pass so. And then I may we will get 2-3 elections, so well different people they come for can go about this country because of that particular issue. People are not truthful. They're not honest, they're not truthful. And if not that's what they continue, God no God rest we quick. The governance issue. People, President Julius Maada Bio, they appoint ministers, directors, he give them job description. They go according to that job description, they, without bias, without anything, inclusion for day. But it not happen. It not happen. And when you say peace, but if I sleep angry, I don't get peace. Peace no day if I don't sleep angry because you know I get picking the way I get for support. So the peace no all the tap silence of the gun. Peace na broad thing, it diverse. If I sleep angry, I know they get peace. Yeah? If I'm not able to buy clothes from picking them, I know they get peace. Now school don't close. I go buy I call black power sandako. Now so they call that plastic shoes there for picking. First so we go school now this country. I peace there. Na clack sandal now they wear for go school. We wear crepe. We wear dollop. Now most of majority of the shoes because they wear for go school. Now rubber shoes. Then you see Sinkamo it could beat them. The Rajesh Sinkamo it was passed because it go one thing not going for where pass the wood all those issues, they are peace. The other issue is, you know, today we sing the pledge, with the singer, if we do now we heart. Because God not to pick home. God, they see all what will happen in this country also. People get for pay in different ways for destroy this country. Yeah, if they're not left, believe me, God go hold them. If they're not older, they go in generation. Who they see them? I want to fool. Who give people the whole pass now, so we don't all fight, no work finance country. We see the pay where they get with them picking, but we know the land. And as a government or an opposition, we know what also when they disagree to agree. We not get for try for make agreement for say the people are the priority. Because now we not go all day in a state house or in a parliament or in a now make go represent we. We not get for represent we for God and Anabi. Because you take oath for say I will do my best to protect my people. If you not do believe me, God go now answerable. We not go responsible for that. Me, I don't know this country. I'm 65 years this. A day per the war, I contribute to the war. I contribute to the peace process. Up to today, people know they change their attitude. President Kabaka, I say people they get bad hearts. And as Gomaka, I say people for change their attitude. Now, better what they talk so. You know what that's me? People not ready for change. And if you not change, And this is how they put you, you know, what they find for God and Abby. God will ask you how they get forgive. You got forgive account to God.
Thank you, Auntie Marie. Now let's clap one more time there. From where old, maybe 14, 15, where I don't sabi Auntie Marie. When I hear all man they call me Mr. Minister, when I hear I call me also. Now you don't know, say this person here, it's sabi you. You know I'm picking. Because we don't benefit from in wisdom, in passion, and moral clarity. We finally all get. So I tell you, thank you, Auntie Marie, for that. And then pray the way you pray, so say God go pay. I remember how I go to them. Now I make the work hard. So that way God they pay me good. Madam President, Auntie Sally Adams, Women's Forum. You don't hear you waiting the leader of the market woman and don't say, as the leader of the Women's Forum na salon, waiting at your position on this conversation. I also want to talk. The other speaker they can now for talk about mostly constituencies, but when I feel free for offer concrete ideas, what we go do, what we go change for move the culture of peace go before now this country. Go ahead. 3 minutes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Minister. Before I say anything, I want to remind you, say, Mother Teresa be talk, say, peace, they go with a smile. So I want to all smile now before I say anything. Can we go together? If you're not smiling, you don't want peace. You're not ready for peace. Let me give an example quickly. If two people that make palaver, let's say when come, they can do dialogue with you now, but want to embrace peace. They're the two kinds enough. They don't want vex. They don't want smile. What I want the peace. Not always smile. Okay. So as Auntie Marie said, for we the Women's Forum, we get a role for play. If today this country they enjoy peace, during the Bintumani 1 and 2, as you talk, Chair, Women's Forum and MB spearhead advocacy day for low election before peace, and also for cultivate culture of peace. We the woman them, because I talk in terms of woman them. We for no say God give you a tool. We're very powerful because we as women them, we're not agents of change. We're able to turn situation around in terms of peace processes. For example, we for the sanko for pull and do. Now woman they be go meet and say, do your papa will beg lay hands, lay down tools, So for all the enjoy peace today, now all of the things that Women's Forum do over 30 years ago. But not withstanding that, I'm waiting, I want to say, as Auntie Marie say, we save the woman that we're not honest to ourselves. And in life, if you're not honest, you're not able to do nothing with a good thing. We all know say peace, then the developed nation. If country not get peace, no national development not take place there. For example, where they see some of them, the violence, the way they happen against women or picking them. Somebody clearly talk say, he say, nowadays man them, they go for go marry the Pekin. They don't marry and done. They can't go na us, go make us better. We get laws them against that. But the laws, we for so many laws that don't come. We talk about the sexual offenses model court. We talk say if man rape person, we take the for drive for go jail time. So this violence also boku, you boku. Now we country now communities them. What will they do now as women they foster solidarity and support? If man go bit in with a killer, I feel say for command I don't that's what I talk say. You don't go to Pekin. If they can get two options, say okay, because they go jelly they pull you. If they can able to cascade you back, because when they cascade you, the thing they tinap again no for go marry a woman. There are so many issues the way they affect we got Pekin with women. This is a serious issue. If we not amend them, it will go on and on and on and on.
All right.
And then
thank you.
Peace to with the mother and we picking them. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think say we'll clap for the president of the Women's Forum. As most people know, this issue of particularly violence against women, an issue we me passionate about. I don't need to talk about for many years. like how the CM say, when we come back and say, we are against violence of any kind, some people then say because we're not foreign at them. But no joke, no day, we come by the question of violence. And the thing about violence, now violence, they begot violence. It starts by knack small, so not the threshold, not so for say, when you beat a woman, you kill her, now you don't do bad. Not so the threshold, and they say for kill and force. Any form of physical violence is wrong and now illegal at this country. So if finally we keep that in mind, and how we all for do that peace day. Because peace not so just way we not they shoot and kill each other, but also we will not they put other people them. We get less power than we need to take advantage of them. Actually, I want to let Madam Minister talk because I want the youth, the young people, I want to take them all three together. So I want to come to Madam Minister. The reason we be one let you do at this panel, Madam Minister, is because you work not just today as the Minister of Gender, but you don't work on peace building. You know, one of the people who sabi, who campaign, one help women and peace building at the sub-region. From this conversation, who are we now? What's in your assessments and what's we supposed to do? What's in your position on what we supposed to do together as a community, as a society, particularly for how we promote women and peace building?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Minister. I just want to bring your mind back from 1995, 1996, we already been to Mali 1 and 2, where that the woman then begin to our tranga one for be involved inside the peace process. And this conference today, this town hall meeting, it remind me of those days where people then they come together for that we can talk about peace. It's very much important. It is very much timely. I want to bring my mind back to also the year 2000, where the UN Security Council adopted Resolution 1325 and 2250 inside 2015. What in the resolution are they talk about? Then they tell me about the women, peace and security. When aim, they tell me how for make women them be included, then participate, we protect them when it comes to peace processes. How then for also take leadership position. Then the youth them. So the conference entitled, where they talk about the women, peace and security and youth, peace and security, is very much timely, and it took me back almost 25 years ago. So this one, it try for tell we say, as a government, we don't do a lot. A lot has been going on, in as much as the challenges that we get, we don't do plenty. Waiting at some of the things that we do. And Sierra Leone, one of the fourth countries in Africa, now West Africa, we adopt the UN Resolution 1325 for make we begin for implement them. Now the seventh country in Africa for join other countries and for develop what we call the National Action Plan. The National Action Plan is a pathway, a strategy, where they show we how, as a country, we move from one step to the other. Each of the plans then are 5 years then get. The first plan expire inside 2014. The second plan now 2019. Then the last one when this plan 2, where we adopt them 2019, it expired 2023. Now, we describe for can launch the third generation of the National Action Plan. Government, civil society organization, and other people that within IASO, now a member of the steering committee, where they move towards the development of that particular plan day, where they launch in the next few weeks. In fact, next week we don't launch them. But because of the planning, so we try for push them forward. The reason is we don't realize a lot of things are happening. The gender-based violence, we know they protect women too much, so we need for strengthening institution them. Strengthening institution at local community level, the structure that where we get there, we've been the work immediately after the war, we make slack. We then know they work again. The Sierra Leone Police Partnership Board, where we set up, when our institution then we structure the within our local community level for protect the communities then, Then when they already function well, we need to go back and re-strategize. We need to look at what's in the inside the security sector. Of course, they don't develop plans, them beautiful plans, them, and then plans, them they try to review the old laws, them where they protect women, them, for so that and then self will be protected against gender-based violence. The last few weeks, we are plenty die. We are then they beat woman then they suffer, woman then they die, people then they kill themselves. All of this now because as a country, even though we are trying, there is a lot that needs to be done. One, we got to promote what we call cross-party dialogue, way of cross-party initiatives at community level. Not to say because you're APC or SLPP, you know for join when other parties they make initiative the way they try to develop the country. We forget then cross-party initiative then they. Another one, we for look at with school engagement strategy, where they involved even the small picking them now in primary school because they say catch them when they are young. Many of university students then today, plenty not even know what happened during the war. Plenty no know waiting now the peace processes them inside Bintu Mani 1, Bintu Mani 2, and Bintu Mani 3 when are the recent one. So we need for the teach we picking them, we need for let them able for understand. All them things they are so that will help for reduce the temper, it will help for promote peace. Now we community. I want to tell you.
Thank you, Madam Minister. Thank you so much. And I really... Now my mic, they don't go. I've been get back up. It's okay. I'm glad the way you talk about the structures and the thing that we need for do in terms of laws as well. Now I want to talk to the 3 youngest people on the panel. The Chief Minister asked who had not been born in 1997. I see the hands that will go up na the panel and the young people that will get. And I want to start with actually Philippa, since you're the youngest, absolute youngest na the panel. You don't listen to all the adults them, all waiting and don't talk. From your own perspective, we talk about the future. The future basically now you, young people them, not the present, but also in this future we try for construct. Now, una get for day in the leadership, now una get for benefits from this future. What you don't see so far about peace in this country, and what you want for see we do more. You want for say to the all night, so we all the leaders that will listen to you as a young leader, as you message to them as well for peace and culture of peace in the country.
Okay, thank you very much. So, distinguished members of international community, ministers from different ministries, fellow Sierra Leoneans, advocates, and beloved children, I want to say good afternoon. Now, indeed a great pride and a deep sense of responsibility as the National President of Children's Forum Network, which is the child leading organization in Sierra Leone this afternoon, for also add me your voice when it comes to peace. We all know for say, in the States, waiting are one of the most important things are security, not to food. You're not going for eat if there is no peace. You're not going for go school or you're not going for do your business if the state is not that well secure. So now looking at it, me not get for base me conversation on women. Me they base me conversation on picking business. Because when you look at the foundation of Sierra Leone, it's based on children. And thereby I can normally say that picking them that are the current leaders there. We are photocopying from you guys. We learn from modern. So now when it comes to peace Nasalo, we all get for use an inclusive approach. Wherein we need everybody on board from ensure this peace here for rain Nasalo. So now, if we reflect back, reminds them during the war, when the chief minister will talk about the one that way be born during the war, we raise up hand because we know experience, but we don't watch movies, we don't read history, and when I look at it, when I don't look at them videos, I don't read history a lot. I get for learn for say picking them and women, these were the most vulnerable during the war. We see say according to the story I get. We see say during the war, they be throwing picking them na gutter. Imagine if now you then be throwing na that gutter. If you don't deny, imagine that kind of situation. Yes, during the war, the picking them they were the most vulnerable. They use picking them as militants. They give them gun for kill them parents. They some boy picking and rape them parents there. Looking at all this one, it creates a lot of impact when it comes to children. So now for make we maintain this peace here, we need an inclusiveness. We need everybody on board. One thing we always say is that if we always ensure that we always ensure for identify ourselves by we country. You know, I can reflect back in my mind last year when I go Kenya. When you're reaching at the airport, everybody will begin to say, Karibu Kenya, Karibu Kenya. They are telling you welcome. Like they have so much of sense of nationality, patriotism in them. But in Sierra Leone, like people normally associate themselves towards tribe business. So man, when you ask, like, he always proud for associating himself towards in tribe. I can always talk and say, as a patriotic citizens, make we always associate ourselves towards with tribe. And remember, children, we are learning from you. When you look at what is the picking get for say out, who are the picking get for be the personality of the picking, it starts from the home. The training way you get, they are learning from you guys. And when you look at this piece here, one of the benefits we don't get, now the Child Marriage Act bill. If you look at the Well of Parliament, the Well of Parliament consists of different parliamentarians from different political parties. If they were not united, if there was no peace in the Well of Parliament, you think that Child Marriage Act bill don't pass, huh? Oh no. So this is now one of the essence of why we really need peace. And now you don't see say if you attend married where the pikin below the age of 18 years, or you go eat safe with all with the old order. Yes. But this, you know, this law don't become so effective because the parliamentarians from different political parties, they use an inclusive approach for pass that particular bill. And so we also they advocate, thank God the opposition leader is here. Very soon, our Minister of Gender and Children's Affairs will be presenting the Child Act Bill. And this Child Act Bill, there's the Child Rights Act. So this Child Rights Act Bill, it's now waiting the Pekin wants for make that pass, because if you look at it, it says a lot in promoting Pekin business. Wow. So in wrapping it on, I'll go just want to send a message to all Sierra Leoneans that make we instill in ourselves a sense of patriotism. If you like Salo, you go want make Salo go before. If you like Salo, you go want make peace reign na Salo. And don't please, Salo, now we all make we continue for talk peace. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I get for someone I say, maybe me at the colleague, being 20-something years, and so we did it with the talk. But there they don't master the game pass we far away. Because inside this in short statements, you don't lobby for an act, you don't get the parliamentarian, you don't talk to them for his support, you don't chastise with the adults there, still on behave properly, you don't preach for peace, you don't talk about history, you don't talk about the future. I'll clap for Madam President again. Very solid foundation. I think the future of this country is very safe in our hands. Madam Anna, I welcome to you now as the leader of the UN Youth Advocacy Group, a group who then puts together, and also you are now also a feminist activist. This same conversation from the youth peace and security angle, women peace and security angle as well, and the work they do as well with the UN system. What's in a young contribution? What do you want to see follow maintain a culture of peace?
Thank you very much. So firstly, I think there is no mistake for bringing young people and for giving them voice towards peace and cohesion. Because when you see peace, basically linked with we as young people then. And taking to Sierra Leone context, when you see violence, couscous, now young people there with full chest. And not just they say this because we don't see evidently who say young people and basically they cascade violence. Even though we are now changing the narrative, because now we say they get sense. There are lots of issues then, you know, where the results for the young people them basically be unpeaceful. And one of the things that we really see now is misinformation on social media. Nowadays, there are lots of bloggers. I don't know if where people they get MB, they get the time, they get the energy, they open blogging page, and then they post information that we not right. And with me also they see that even these pages there get audience past traditional media. They don't even take over traditional media. Because immediately they put an information, it don't go faster. And when you look at these blogging pages, these are young people controlling it with full chest. And again, you look at one adults, they get money for basically they promote misinformation them. And anything we're taking on social media, basically that's how they act. Now so we ask them what they want. By the time I don't jump on that streets. So again, regulation really get for be on this. I don't know if blogging media group or whatsoever. I think maybe regulation needs to be on it, or maybe they put them positively on the media. Let them say be recognized, or then get a structure in body so that this misinformation they come out. Another thing again is about youth being in leadership. Now I know that there has been lots of move that has been made by governments and stakeholders them, but we need more. You guys are not doing us favor, basically. We deserve it. Because when you see Sierra Leone population, it is made up of young people. So any kind of way, if you now have to discuss things about we, especially when it comes to peace, you have to bring us on the table, not as representative. We want to plan our own initiative on how to see peace and cohesion. We want to give you your input. I can take a reference on last year's election. Let's be honest. We don't see say violence not be too much. It be too much. Let's be honest, violence not be too much because we find out that young people are at the center. They serve as observers. We will get the Ministry of Youth and National Youth Commission and UNDP will support young people that with them project and initiative for going on streets. And you find out that this in social media, also young people they pass information, wrong information. Youth were there to cascade positive information. So basically, if you are doing laws and policies for us as young people, why not bring us on the center from the development stage, not the implementation stage, for let we self contribute to the solution? Because I believe that young people, them, we are ready for change. We can see them. And we not say forget trust in we. Say we able for lead initiative, them able for do very well. So my own recommendation, basically, will be on, of course, including young people, integrating young people, you know, in terms of decision making when it comes to peace and cohesion. And I will do a call to action, say, for invest in youth leadership, as I said, not to a favor. And also for create more inclusive spaces. As I say, they are there, but we need more. We need more inclusive spaces there. And I believe that if we not empower, we will definitely lead the way, and we are ready.
Thank you very much. I think every speaker don't talk about inclusion. So, radical inclusion, I think the chief minister get on the right. Radical inclusion. The idea say we for do everything we can for put we all can together. Nobody not for left out. Salona we all own. Salona we all get them. Now APC gets here, now SLPP gets here, now NGC gets here, now PDP gets here. Now we all get this country still. The young, the not so young, everybody now we get this country. I get two last speakers in the panel before I can open up now for get more contribution. But I want just take a look quickly at the slide results if they're ready. We ask people how to rate the current state of peace in the country on a scale of 1 to 5. A lot of people put 3. Some people they like mindul, like how can call her. 65% say they just in the middle. 24% say now 4, and then 6% say 1, 6% say 2, and then nobody no puts 5. So it's good. Everybody say we get lots of work for do, and I appreciate that. But at the same time, we know the bottom. Right now, the country gets a semblance of peace. Well, now the most important factor that we don't help with for maintain peace in this country. Now, what we do here is we don't do a word cloud, and so we see the word that will come up a lot. You will see how they want in there. At the heart of it, Sierra Leoneans are very proud of religious tolerance. By the way, Fola invites the imam and the bishop, and now one part they normally call. Now they call in company. They come together. It's a beautiful country. It's an amazing country, and I think people really recognize say this now part and parcel of what we want. But other thing, forgiveness, religious tolerance, peace, young people, they are the hearts. I think Anna just mentioned, say, without young people, we not get this kind of thing. People then talk as well about family, how we come together as a family, media freedom and advocacy, now part of the thing that this idea say we committed to each other. Somebody say love. Love is a very, very important ingredient as well. So now that's some of the reaction they will get from people, and continue for send you inputs. At the end of this as well, we will make the outcome of this slide very, very public. I want to come to the last young person who gets, and then we will end with the chief, because now papa. Now you get, we all sit on your foot. So you then at the National Youth Council, you are the Secretary General, Mr. Kowi.
Yeah.
You don't listen to this conversation. Young people are at the heart of this country camp and peace building. Mm-hmm. All the challenges they as well we don't mention, whether the challenge of employment, challenge of education, challenge of drugs, all lengthened. The Honorable Minister of Youth Affairs, Dinaya.
Okay.
I know say it only do a lot of work follow address the issue here. But as a youth leader, what do you want to see follow address crisis and follow make sure say we build on that with 3 average we get so.
Okay.
Follow continue for go up and up when it comes to the culture of peace and the future of peace. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Minister. The issues of young people in this country, nothing that we will discuss every now and then. And we don't see the role where this current government will play for ensure that they put young people at the heart of every decision of we take. But quite apart from that, if one forget a sustainable, elastic peace in this country, we don't need to forget for empower young people. Them empowerment and one part of the thing that we don't need to play with at all. We get a lot of young people now able to get a job right now within day. We don't come to university. But one for see like how the minister they try to push the scheme for give young people them for give money to them for begin start the businesses them. One for see how then they go reach to the even the other young people they don't even go school, don't even sabi free themselves. One for see that kind of thing. One for see young people that get the opportunity for get job opportunity. We see that this country, you come to university, where one part of the thing they will undermine peace in this country now that young man come to university, they be working at this town for get job. It's not easy. It's very difficult, very challenging. So one for see if government able count like how they get the National Youth Service, they get the National Youth Service where basically they train young people for going to the internship programs. We want to see how they go expand them. Hello? We want to see how they expand them. For CC, as a common university, forget a 1-year period where they serve the government of this country, where they able to give you the kind of experience we want to for going to job markets. Secondly, we don't see this country, me, I miss Salon. I actually miss this country. You don't think I miss this country? When I be the grab up, the culture will begin at this country in that when Christmas come, we'll see with small, they're not cruel at all. They're not cruel at all to help them. But we see the hunting, the come on, will they dance on the streets. That's the only easy stress of this country. We don't see they don't ban the hunting, they don't pass. The other thing they will make, where they bring people in this country together. The thing they will make, the thing they will attract other countries that can say, I want can salon Christmas Day for can enjoy Christmas. All of this they don't pull them. So one for
you sit down near the reverend and the sheikh.
No, allow me to say. But
I just tell you no more.
Yeah, so all of this don't make the country. We're not so serious to a way that the serious don't make not to a way that we only watch.
Allow listen, please. Allow listen.
So we want to see if independent they come. Let pull we until what can tell we dance. We enjoy that this country.
We paddle.
But all of that they're not missing. Then the other thing I will talk about again. We want to see how the Ministry of this is what we're talking about for tourism. Let tourism take note of this particular one. The other one we're talking about sports. We want to see how we go use sports for capture young people. Them sport not necessarily missing at football, but we want to see how you go get inter-chiefdom leagues, tennis leagues, other leagues that will go to the community in the day. That they put down the pressure of young people them for they're gonna street for go perpetrate violence.
All right.
And finally. Sorry, sir, as the Secretary General for the Youth Council. Finally, we want to see how we go put policies. Although I want to appreciate the minister, he puts modalities in place for review. We act them, the National Youth Service, National Youth Commission, will see the role they play. But we want to see how we the young people them, in terms of politics. Like how they pass bill for women, they forget 30% for going to parliament. We want to see that kind of thing for young people, them. Youth man them, we get right for going to parliament. Youth man them for all strategic position of this country. Now that kind of thing we want to see. With that, it buy down the pressure of young people, them. Because I tell you, young man, them, these are the essential goods for sustainable peace and national cohesion. Without it, we'll never get peace. Thank you very much.
Clap for the youth man. Clap for the youth man. So you say plenty things there. You talk about national service, restoration of the cultural parade them, sports. You talk about youth quota. I think the Truth Commission also mentioned this. So thank you for that. Okay. Before I can give you the microphone, I want to get to our attention again. Hello. Hello. All right. You know, when the paramount chief they talk, nobody not supposed to talk. We are people that we respect. By the way, one of the things that we Professor J.D. Ali don't teach me, we are there on the look at, is we country, not so paramount chief that will be girl, not so we call Leo, now being kings and queens. And somebody can I decide say, we then get king and queen, we not forget. So he puts them down, he call them chief. But then people they don't go since then, no. We still stuck with that. We still call with that and tribal authority. Then we still end tribalism. Now we do, and not so we come up with that word they do. Now then come up with that word they, now then tam we, then give we stick with them. This is not the power of narratives. The power of we get for create we own story and change this story with them. Say pauper. Now we forget. So we go write we own story for ourselves. But one thing we will not ever lose, now we respect for with traditional leaders and traditional authority. So right now, I want to hand over the microphone to the leader of the council of we paramount chiefs in this country. You don't hear all this talk, all this change, all talk. If the paramount chief they no sit down and agree for peace, we not get peace. If they not agree for letting lawyer or gender, picking children's rights without you know they be. I want the right at the core. So I want make you, sir, PC, for let you wrap up for we and tell we about waiting una go like for see from una your position for let we push peace and cohesion go before na the country.
Thank you, Minister. I want to start for disagree with you where you say we paramount chief there for not show peace, where peace not go there. Me, I don't be paramount chief now me 20 years this. If we're not politician and no allow law get peace now, who not get that? One of the slides that we put here, the first slide, if I not forget, somebody say we be the cow and not be sabi anything where they call tribalism. Now kono abon. If any place they were cosmopolitan in Sierra Leone, kono the lead. So Mrs. Have no tribalism day up to today. Having said that, Mr. Minister, I don't know why with national elections they don't start to be tribalized. Because as chiefs, with elections they don't get nothing for the tribe. But national elections they don't start to turn out for being national. Ethnic census is now instead of elections. What I want to say here, I want to join Madam Marie Bokane, law start to be very sincere with itself. This country don't lead by a lot of things, as we talk about religious tolerance now, as being the current chair of United Nations Security Council. After the war, the civil society organizations, the emphasis on people's rights compared to their responsibilities, it don't create big problem for peace and security down there. I'm glad Mr. Kokadena. Right now, you talk to somebody in our village, even radio today, Mr. Minister, Sierra Leone get more lawyers. Everybody's having right. But little attention is being paid to people's responsibilities in this country. I don't mean for talk now much. I want to appeal. The radical inclusion who they trumpet now. Please, I beg on behalf of the National Council of Chiefs, enough for non-partisan. It should go across. This is not to proportional representation. No. Any party say we're not going to sit that parliament let be inclusive in national inclusion. Please, I beg you for this. The level of drunkenness in the world and by extension Sierra Leone today, it don't put a lot of weight on the shoulder of everybody who are there in leadership. To me, one of the most difficult things for doing leadership now for able to carry along with you other people their expectations. That they know easy. It's not easy. So to thyself be true. Lord, make sure, say, we go back to tell people that in other villages about their rights. Lord, go back, Lord, tell them what their responsibility. Now make some man believe in a right for Toy Dotina Street. I tell you, thank you.
Thank you very much. The chair of the Council of Paramount Chiefs. Now, I want to give you the microphone again. My colleague enjoyed it tell me that may say we get some questions that we don't come in as well online, but we're not there, so I want to give you now. But I want we commit, say, follow get as many people in voices as possible. We keep on to the 1 minute I don't say. So you start, you say your name quickly, and then you go, you say everything you get for say inside the 1 minute. Also, not to question what they ask, at town hall. Say what you want to say, what you want to see change. Your idea, how we will make peace. You can send message to we all within a year. The conversation, an open conversation. Then they listen, and then what we not done after a while, and they can't give them one final round, one minute, and then we go wrap up, we all go home. I wanna say play. All right, let's see the hand there now. Would I get the mic? Now you get the mic. All right, how they do one by section. At the Kanaya, I take like 3. At Kanaya, I take 3. I go 3. I go 3. Okay? So 1, 2, and 3 to Pakamara. 1, 2, 3. In that order day. Can start with the one in front.
Okay. Yes. Una good evening. Me na Emmanuel John Conte, the deputy manager for Voices Online. This na the media. On behalf of the media. And I also talk to the media. The panelists them did talk just now about somebody they say the traditional media, the social media don't more take over than the traditional media. The reason being that one of that they talking about honesty. We the traditional media don't lack. I could say that with no fear. We don't lack the honesty way before. Give to the people. We're not the fourth estate. We are not politicians. We for mediate between the government and the people. Okay. And if we mediate, we for be honest again and tell the people say now this the government they do. Let we not painter. Let we not try for be politician. Let we try for make sure say we be fourth estate and commit to peace. Without that.
Thank you, sir. The 1 minute is not done. Thank you. Next. Yes, 9. Yes.
Ibrahim Sarasisi, Voice of Salon Radio. And really, follow we get peace now this country. Let we continue to maintain the peace we need. We don't see for any electionary process where they change power in this country, then they kill. Both the APC, the SLPP, during the election and over in power. For now, the paramount chief them back get a role for play. Because we don't see back when the crown paramount chiefs, the paramount chief election, then they position now on politics. As politicians, we they expect una say, let una pull una color them and tell the people that we they follow una the correct thing but patriotism. Because that one day, if una not tell the people that they follow una, we will continue to see the red and the green day in disarray.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Pakamara.
Mohammed Kamara, The Watch, and Sankara Media Hub. I'll tell you, thank you for, I just get concerned about waiting the Honorable Minister representative for the All People's Congress and Deputy Leader say about the constitutional review. When I almost say the media is the mediator between governance and society, make it clear, I would say, no. What it means, Happy, the so-called constitutional review, now be a constitutional committee set up by the late Tijan Kaba. Then comes, they go to APC and Esubai Kuroma. Then there was a lot of dissatisfaction because the former president, Biwa had 7 years for the presidency, then 10-year term will bring about a lot of occupation for President Bio. Then comes President Bio, in talks say, well, now what do they do? Go back to the board, get back to the board. All what this man say, when I review. So, me want to know, I mean, this now peace and national cohesion. Because if I've been in my capacity, I perspective, I ask him, where an Escoma began 11 years of governance in the review, constitutional review commission. Who were the SLP members who will be present there? Mr. I respect you, but we're not here for that. We are here for peace and national cohesion. Let the bygones be bygones. I thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. I think the honorable there I go respond. Now, we can at this middle row. Inside the middle row, at the start of the lady with the under, you know number 1, you know number 2, the other lady, the gentleman here number 3. So they cancel this way 3. Yes.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
My name is Maria Makal-Mamara, third-year student from the Economics Department, FBC, and a reporter as well from Tutok Radio Station. Well, what me want to say is I want to get a contribution. Since we all now we come up from that picking stage, we all go to school. I want to say something concerning the educational sector, right? I want to make the bring like peace, for making them go to teach peace to students that in school, whether from primary, junior to secondary, because you know, it not a bit taught in school. Past like when you go college, you go do as a course, peace and conflict, and not to everybody they do that. So I go really want to make this happen in schools.
Thank you very much. I'm really glad for your very concrete recommendation what you make. By the way, in a part of the civic education strategy, will the right for include the teaching of the culture of peace in schools. But thank you for that. Yes.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Memona to come from Child Welfare Society. When we talk about peace, we can say charity begins at home. So if you own peaceful, at least you go out and sell that. So in terms of domestic violence, we don't see a lot now with community, now with age. And there are times where you decide for reports, for example, police. In fact, we own tradition where we call police for person, now you lifetime enemy. So let we try to make the referral pathways then clear of reporting, whether they report the correct information and let them deal. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Calling follow make clear referral pathway. The gentleman in front here. Yes. Yes, this one here. Just pass the mic.
Sir, thank you so much.
Thank you.
But if you may permit me, can I speak in English?
Of course.
Thank you very much. My name is Jesse Wilson, and I'm from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs International Cooperation, and that's my boss right there, the Ambassador, Dr. Victoria Mange Suleimani. Sir, I have learned some great things from Ambassador Suleimani, not because she's my boss, but because she's one of the few peacemakers of this land. And what I'm about to tell you is this. Throughout her travelings, she's gone to many places, and her first pursuit is peace. And I can tell you this. We need unity of oneness in this country. We need unity of oneness. We must first see ourselves as one and the whole. Yes. Unity is not upon the tables of the United Nations, neither any foreign countries, neither the president, but us. Us, sir.
Your 1 minute is off, sir.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. But thank you for that contribution. I think it's a passionate call for us to be united. Now, there, journalists here, when they make another see them people where they be on. So I want to go down, please. So I go see one the way they so. That section there, they're small. So we'll give maybe 4 or 5 from that section there. I want to start from the back. No. We don't do here first. Now wait. Logo, now that last row. Last and where they be in there first. The last row. Yes, that person there. Yes. 1. Go ahead.
Thank you very much, Mr. Minister. Mina Wuri Mamadou Tambabari, the work for Network 8. I got a few recommendations I want to put forward. One, really want to see an act where will make the National Youth Council become standardized, which means that we get a National Youth Council Act where go able to tell them, they're able to do what they want to do, rather than just they they do their own thing. And then the second recommendation in terms of peace and national cohesion gets for the paramount chief and the tribal authorities. Because we don't see that with all the elections that we don't pass, most of the side the way Allah they take place, now the chiefdoms and the headquarters them. And the paramount chief, when he link and ascertain one party as against the others, then fates they take place. So the neutrality is possible.
Right.
And then thirdly, we want for the president can give award. He can give award on every year. But we never see an award where the president of this country, past and present, don't give award to woman or person when not go school. Yes. We want for push that one, push that one day for let
all right,
it happen.
your 1 minute is off. Thank you. I just want to say, since me a Minister of Information, maybe I forgive the right information. Multiple presidents don't give multiple national awards to multiple leaders in this country, you know, including people in my own family. We uncle, we na paramount chief, na falaba, tribal leader, they plenty market women, bus drivers, plenty them, Amic alone. They all receive multiple national awards. So I take the sentiments, but I think the information not particularly correct. Yes, admin, go ahead. Give admin in here, yes.
Hello.
Quickly, please.
Thank you, Mr. Minister. I think Smith, I'm a Sierra Leonean. I say I'm a Sierra Leonean because I want to identify myself as a Sierra Leonean. I'm not a foreigner. And I think it's not wrong for make government appoint people outside them party, like we do now this current regime. Some people then go bash at that. But I think say it's fine, let government pick the good one them and bring them inside with them. But also, one thing where they bother me, or they think about national cohesion. Now for now we get now with political party them, say, if I be power, say if the presidential candidates they come up from the north, what want they do in the primaries? Let the running mate come up from the east. If we begin thinking that way, they put on our political party constitution them, it begin solve the problem of inclusion. Because if any kind of way, somebody they represented in a different region, it will be fine. Thank you.
Thank you. Good talk. I think just to say the culture in this country, though, since multi-party elections, the leader and the running mate don't always come from very different regions as well, or claim for come from very different regions. But I take the point, and I know it's not part of the conversation. And no woman or the under. I don't take two men next. I want to take a woman. Okay, the woman with the under. Thank you. Yes.
I'm Hawako Oma, Education Development Initiative Director. This one is going to Honorable Minister of Information. Over the year, we all aware that some of the issues that put this country on rest came as a result. What?
Lots of there.
Over the year, we all be done count we notice some of the things where put this country on rest, where more come up from the war. During the 1 year, we all know say now people them way they na the diaspora and then be done the fear situations the way they put this country on rest. Moving forward, I will love to. I go want to see how the government go put much attention to how they go able to curtail the situation where they fear situation where they bring this country, where they put this country on rest, and how Ministry of Information go assure we. So if I go to me people then at the village, I go tell them say, okay, now this is okay. This will be the happen. It not ever happen again.
All right, thank you. The students waiting next to you, do again the mic. Yes. No, not yet. Don't grab the mic, my brother, please. Culture of peace. Yes, go ahead.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Yes.
I am Mohamed Souye, the head boy of the Great Lorenzo Govin Memorial Secondary School and also the president of the Concerned People's Association. First of all, I would like to thank the Ministry of
All right. Are they allow let's speak English? Speak English. Are they allow and speak English? Mr. Head Boy, they are speaking English. Go ahead. When I allow the head boy.
Okay. First of all, I would like to thank the Ministry of Information and Civic Education for organizing such an event, because it is only through cross-fertilization and dovetailing of ideas we'll be able to germinate the possible resolution of peace. And again, I would like to say we need multiple intervention for there to be a cultural shift and a measurable change around the context of violence. And also I would like to quote Martin Luther King Jr., what he said during the civil rights movement, that true peace is not merely the absence of tension, it's the presence of justice. This is trying to say the judiciary also has an special role to play. That is by making sure that those who are perpetrating violence, hate speech, face the real consequences, and also the legislation. Now coming to my point, what we've done as school-going people, just some seconds, 10 seconds, sir. We've brought up an initiative of Sierra Leone, peace, national unity, and non-violence movement, which is initiated by the Concerned People's Association. We have 3 events, which is the Sierra Leone Peace, National Unity, and Anti-Violence campaign and tour. We'll be having school-going peoples from the provinces, and there will be something like 2,000 participants in this campaign and tour for peace, national unity, and non-violence. And second again, we'll be having short one. Again, I just want to summarize. Again, we'll be having the school and community movement. We'll be having schools and community movements wherein we'll be engaging community leaders, we'll be engaging youth and different. And we brought up the initiative of
no. Like peace is also we have to also all abide by the same rules.
We'll be wishing to partner with the Ministry of Information, UNICEF, and CFN, and all other stakeholders or other institutions. Thank you very much.
Mayan. The minister, no. Give the minister with the info. No, wait, Madam Minister, just a second. I just want to say, waiting the board I talk for, because he speak English, but I just translate and quickly. He say, all this talk they talk about peace, if justice not there, peace not a work. So Lord, they cut the case as well with justice. Then he do some promotional way you can pay me for way you don't can use me platform for promotes. But then we'll talk later. Thank you for your excellent contribution. Madam Minister, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Minister. Actually, I'm not really the talk here as minister. I talk as an ordinary Sierra Leonean, a concerned Sierra Leonean. I want where Creole man can say, if you don't know where they go, now for member where you come out. The issues of this country prior to the war, the language of ordinary people, we talk about social media now, but even the language, the lyrics that people were using prior to the 1991 war, where some of we be they go school, we be the yeri. If one not can at this country, better not go follow this country. If one not can at this country, this has been the lyrics. It just don't can now go inside the social media, but it's still they continue. People are still talking in vehicles. They are talking in communities. It's not on the social media. Let not concentrate there and left the ordinary people the way they talk. So that language, now we get from make sure say we were one peace. Let us speak the peace louder than the one that we one war. With language for be more loud than war. The DDR program, I want to applaud you for this. If this become in place after or before even the DDR program, if we don't sustain and if we don't calm nerves. So they say this process will don't begin so. Let us continue because it's good for this country.
Thank you very much, Madam Minister. I don't say the Minister of Finance not deny, but for that talk we talk, I want to let the Minister of Finance know say we will continue this program although across the country. The Minister of Development is deny, so I want to let you know that they say for do all across the country. The Minister of Development want to talk, so they are again the mic, so say they can commit. Yes.
No, I go, say I always there for you. We day in this together, and as you know, we forget a continuation of this conversation. So now that I've been one say, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, we serve, and the Ministry of Information, we don't talk about the pact of the future. And waiting at the pact is an agreement. And we get to go with our own input into the pact. So on the 12th of September, the three ministries go get a continuation of this dialogue where we go get concrete messages this time. We don't begin the talk, but concrete messages where we get for cargo to the UN, where we go into the pact of the future. And one other piece of information where I want to tell Una, we not only the chair the Security Council this month, but for the last 11 years, Salone don't be the chair of the G7 countries. And these are countries where just stay in conflict, don't come out from conflict, and peace building. So where they watch for we, Salone, now the summit, I want to now also to take notice that the president of Sierra Leone, they make 2 interventions, or 3 this time. One, they make on behalf of the G7 countries. Another, where they get a summit of the G7 countries. So we still they fly high in the peace, and we go continue for fly high at this country. And we go support your nationwide dialogue, and we go also help you for lobby with the Minister of Finance.
Thank you so much, Auntie Kenya Ballet, one of my own personal hero there as well. Don't be a development champion at this country for many years. I see somebody they be where they put their hand up, say you want to talk, so I give you the chance for talk. Because we can close now. Yes, you with the yes, you. You, we've been the yes, exactly. Go ahead. When I get the mic for me, will I get the mic at the back? All right, you get 1 minute, and then I'll come round up with the panel. Go ahead, Molai.
Mina Molai Augustine Sayo Kamara, the Secretary General Mano River Youth Network. So, my contribution is that, in as much as we talk about peace, first of all, we don't start from district or community levels. We get security committees or groups where young people are not represented, but we the young people, they always say, now then they cause the violence, and then they do this and they do that. Let me start to think about how we they bring them into them committees there at district level to national levels. This discussion we can get now, we get young people like Anna, my friend, and others. But how many of the young people that get strong representative at the least communities, now the rural areas? The last time I messaged minister, I tell them, say, some of these discussions, we take them to the local community, the lowest communities where even boss for reach day, it will take long time. If we get this, we will move further. Secondly, we also want to understand the fact that even the opposition gets a role for play when it comes to promoting peace and security. Opposition, not only for say government not do this, government not do so, now we so. But now also get rights for educate sympathizers, educate the public, tell
Thank
them
you.
Say, this now what we need for do.
All right, thank you. If any woman in the audience will get one last thing for say, now no man give the mic. No more men. That's it. Thank you. Yes.
Okay, sorry. Allow me to speak in English, but I love that the conversation is about peace. And honestly, it's very hard to talk about peace in a world where we see our brothers and sisters in different countries being victims of war. So let's have a moment or 30 seconds of silence for people that are the victims of wars in Sudan, in Palestine, and in DRC. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm actually happy for us to take a quick second and remember all the ones that we are victims of war, not just in the country and the way you don't call, but also in we country as well. And the one that we are victims of other forms of violence, including with Sister Sia, who we lost. So let's just observe a quick minute of silence. May they all rest in peace. All right, now before we go, I come to the panel. We can do quick fire round of 1 minute's final word. Okay? We can actually will start this way, and we can this way. Everybody get 1 minute. So put your thoughts together. Your final 1 minute, your call to action. What we will do for promote the culture of peace? Because we also want to keep to the time. So 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. Everybody in final parts in words. I have a few announcements to make before we go, including a major breaking news concerning the Lara Taylor Pierce case. There's an update that I will provide here before we go, but I'll start with you quickly, one.
Thank you, Minister. Actually, I'm very happy that we minister social welfare, when we line minister, talk about extending this to communities. So what I want to suggest is that we in the religious sector, let we move or extend interventions from the pulpit and mimbar to the communities. So when we get programs them, make we be part of that program, because we can solve a lot of problems from scripture so that the people can get the message. The last thing I want to say, I'm aware say the presidential advisors don't start a process, what they refer to as urbanization of regional cities. In that process, they make we know say trust between Sierra Leoneans has broken down considerably. So going forward, we will learn and find ways of rebuilding that trust, because peace will be useful if the trust so that I just want to say.
Thank you. So excellent 2 points. The pulpit and building trust. By the way, now that's the big goal we'll get at the Ministry of Information for continue for build trust between the government and the citizens then.
Thank you, Minister.
Yes, sir.
I want to react to one of the questioners where they asked for the paramount chieftaincy election vis-a-vis national politics. It will interest most of our listeners now today, Mr. Minister, that no law, no day, to the best of my knowledge, to today what they talk now, was a paramount chief not for involved in politics. No law, no day. So the society now don't carve whether we should be involved or not. I will be very happy as the head of this organization for let that law come into existence. I don't want to go into Rambo. I know the able foresee and so soon. To conclude, Mr. Minister, this country will make boku laws, but at the appeal, law make sure say the law they work this time around. I tell you, thank you.
Thank you so much, Chief. Go ahead.
Yes, me party warner that we want to see through you or the Chief Minister for us see who are the presidents, when are the political leader for SLPP, and the leader for the APC. Let us see them as streets. Let them dine together, because if we see them together, you see the tension that is going to go reduce. We see animal say it's not necessary but necessary. If also you see the president and Dr. Samara Kamara walking on the streets of Freetown, yes, he say the pressure we'll get, where people they go like we say yes, we'll not agree, we win election, that they all go done. I want to see that one day. And finally, to me Minister Duya, even though the thing in the parliament, but we will not forget for including 30% of young people them for going to leadership and other programs. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Right, Reverend. Over to you, sir.
The Bible says the people and they perish because of lack of knowledge. And information also na power. And we at WCFU level as religious leaders, we are key stakeholders in informing the people. So we really elect for me government work with we. Like how we know they work in the past, we continue to work with we. For many people we get good and accurate information. We go transform lives. And also governance. We try to decentralize them as much as possible. Who they go on their side, they have to reach where nobody know they go past with the religious leaders them. Una try. We get beaucoup work for doing at this country. For me, the Sierra Leoneans them no say and own Sierra Leone and benefit out of Sierra Leone.
Thank you, Reverend.
Yes, as Independent Commission for Peace and National Cohesion,
we want for we call to action and for more continue to be committed to the peace. Let we able for speak the peace language, because one of the language for development, not really peace. The love language for development are peace. That will continue for talk always. But also I want to remind you as we end here today, we call to action. Let we continue to reflect on some of them quotations here. Peace begins with a smile. We get for land for the smiles. Peace also they come from within. If we not get peace within, no law will make, no the work. Peace start from within. Peace get in your reward, not in your reward. And I want for more also know that we go peace not to an afterthought, not to what we don't think after we don't do. No, peace for be ongoing. Then one way free and we not get resentment that they hearts them, then go always find peace any side and go. Anybody get resentment, a heart for more peace. I let the law write so. In order to get them. And then we for no say, peace go only come now we lives them where we discover we self. From we self, peace now a gift to forgive to each other. And inside this hall, outside this hall, now we family them, peace now the gifts will give each other.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, Reverend. The Honorable Daniel Kroma.
Yes, sir. Number one, give we back with jury system. Give us back our jury system. And take my message to His Excellency President Bio, that me, Honorable Daniel Kuruma, in my capacity as Deputy Leader of Opposition, me don't vouch, he not go sign that bill. That bill will say, no more jury system. He not go sign it. Because Abia, now human rights activist. And with support of Her Excellency, Madam Fatima Bio, he not go sign that bill. Because you don't need for pass back for understand the implication of somebody charged with treason. And then that person being tried by a judge alone. You don't need for pass back for understand the implication. You see the recent treason trial, the verdict was passed by jury. 100%. Would I say now voting president tell the judge now do? Nobody. 12 jury people, 12 of them, they all pass unanimous sentence, say they are all guilty. Nobody no cry foul. If that sentence, that judgment was done by a judge alone, it's about what they say. We say, I want the president tell and I do. That's what we for talk. So jury system should stay. If it's taken out, in fact, you know we sign answer. I want to tell them that message there for me. Say me, I know say you know go sign her. Madam, Lady, market women, I so love you, you know. We say let we work, not only for self, but for country. On that note, I beg you, please, before that UN summit, can you organize your women to go to the streets and lead a campaign of hands of our honorables? Remove 771K. Remove 771K in the constitutional review process. Remove 771K. 771K in order to allow honorables for stand for the people. In the first one piece for stand for the political parties. Remove 771K. In fact, they affect SSPP now more than ever before. Can you lead that protest? But a peaceful one. Remove hands off our honorables. If we do that, then there will be peace. Because we'll talk for the people rather than for the political parties. When we do secret ballot, we will vote. But because of 771K, we just style now. For secret ballot, it's not secret. We will know. You know? But when we don't say there's no 771K, you are free to vote your conscience and for your people.
Honorable,
so please lead that process. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. It's a hands off our honorables. I know we'll talk. That part is there. I know they talk. But thank you for your points. Yes.
Honorable, the lobby. They do your lobbying. Since we cannot imagine this future of peace without talking about equality and social justice, I want to say this future where we think of, make we think about continuing to upholding women and girls' rights. Make we think about recognizing that we are human being. The fact that we have to negotiate for make we politicians and pass certain laws is very problematic. We're not for good to negotiate for those things. Another thing where I want to say when my final word is, we not go able to imagine this peace for Sierra Leone if we continue to isolate ourselves from waiting to happen globally. Like I stated earlier, the world is burning, a global crisis is happening. 75 years of the oppression of the Palestinian people, the occupation of their territories, Sudan and Congo, they experience the same thing we as Sierra Leoneans they experienced during the war. Where powerful nations fuel we war, sponsor we war so that they go loot with diamond them. If you're not conscious of waiting to happen around you, it's problematic. You get a critical awareness for situate peace just not within Sierra Leone, but within a global context. When you're able to analyze peace that way, you go work out with full knowledge for spread the message of peace, when not only go benefit Sierra Leoneans, but go benefit the region and go benefit other people around we.
Thank you.
It's very, very important for me to embrace that.
Thank you so much. Rodolphe, I'm going to have you to give the last word, Rodolphe, so you hold on. And we're coming now, we're coming this way again, and then we'll end with you. So let's have Anna. Anna, go ahead.
So as before I don't do a call to action to governments and stakeholders, I see a lot of young people in the room. My own call to action to young people there is that they'll be very serious with peace. Because for anything we do now, you see the adults there, that they left them go, now we get for calm. So anything what we do now will affect we back again. So though we be careful on what they spread in social media. I'm so keen about social media because I did the problem there right now. Anything where you post, make sure you verify first, because people they follow with different pages there, especially youth leaders there. Make sure so you verify before you post out anything. And lastly, to the call to action I give to government is any technical working committee where they deal with for young people, please integrate young people them. And what they una allow we do because we sabi we safe, and I go and say nothing for us without us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Honorable Minister.
Me just they call on people for let we change we mindset. Because a lot of the problems that we get in this country, now the mindset sets where we get, you don't fixated on certain things then. So if we begin for change your mindset from being nationalistic and patriotic, then it will be able for help we in terms of promoting peace. Then strengthening institution or strengthening, then institution then where we don't build for promote peace in this country, we need for strengthening them. We need for support the initiative them at local community level where they involve each and every person. Another thing is that we as women them, we need for also grab the opportunity where we get, because now we get the Jewish law, we get plenty other law them where they support women them. We see in the next few weeks we will pass the child rights bill into law, inshallah, with Honorable Wede, also Honorable Daniel, and yes, now one of the people who they behind that particular law, the Tranga one. So we continue for bless you, Honorable, for let you do another Parliament Day. So we want to see things the way they promote and strengthen the policy framework in this country. The implementation aspects were not problematic. We want to get support and make sure say let we able for implement the beautiful laws then where we get. That's where for help change the narrative where we get now. With that, I want to tell people and say, so one verdict don't pass, but Minister of Information will tell we. I'm glad for that one day. Justice must prevail.
Thank you very much, Madam Minister. I will announce that at the end. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, me in the end of for say, we for continue to live as brothers instead of we live as fools. I know say the violence where they happen.
No?
Yeah.
Okay.
The violence where they happen around women them, it's too boku. What did they cause that? I know say the 3 general laws there, we would not advocate. But if you go on the rural areas then, most people don't know about them what they do, especially the way we come in terms of Domestic Violence Act. So I appeal to the Ministry of Gender and Social Welfare, the 2 ministers in there. So that's we're going for lobby, UN women there. We're able to lobby for advocacy on this Domestic Violence Act. The woman then no nobody act there. We talk about they don't know about the act there. They hear it, but they don't know waiting they say the act where the beneficiaries to them. Now make way the man they kill we sister them. Now because they're not getting rights. Because if I know say if man don't be 1, 2, I for when I come I go report them. So I feel so for
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Auntie Marie. Your final word.
Yeah, I want for recommend say law will review the peace education at the schools. I think say law will go to the kindergarten because now they're not too complicated. It we begin from the nursery for give them peace education. That's go help we. Honorable Lord dialogue me and you. If you advocate for let them pull 2740 and in at the constitution, we go launch for let them expunge 77K for parliamentarian.
Waiting at that 27, they tell me.
The last thing I have for talk.
Auntie Marie, wait. Who's why you want to let them pull? Waiting say.
77K. Wait, say member of parliament for be loyalty to your party.
So what do you want to let them pull?
The 2740 and E of the constitution.
What's in that they say?
Woman, the gender. Woman, and make sure they
the bits where they allow for discrimination based on. Okay, so we agree on that, sir. We agree. Hands off the women, then we go hands off the MPs.
Then the last thing I want for talk is that we all now not behave like that by picking at the house. The pa married, the became married. But all say the parents, somebody don't say, no, this is not get training. This pull and go again and go, not pull and no one time again. But when next come, in a wife, they go, is away the lock, they popo your wife. Popo and for let the business right. But when the picking on say, I say, another go to wife again. Ucha I don't see old party popo or mami so. Let me maintain me own safer. So make it not happen. So let we all make sure Ucha you there work there the right way. We na make it too man, or the advocates for make sure people may not include contaminate food. And they do a lot of peace education. Or are they going to the schools there? Are they going to the colleges there? Are they going to the mosques, at the church, any gathering through Rishura Special Course for Sierra Leone? So now we continue. If you continue, God will help you.
Thank you very much, Auntie Marie.
Yes.
John.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. I think for me, my message is if we can get that similar session here at the section and chiefdom level, it will go a long way for build trust and confidence with the people. Because in most times, then discussion also final here, but by the time the message you go to the people there, it don't become distorted. So having such gathering at the village level, I think say the Minister of Finance for fair money for that.
Thank
it will
you.
be very much important.
Thank you.
But also,
man. Thank you.
Yes, but also, President Bio now UN, he say Sierra Leone don't go through to hell and back. And I think say we commitment now for being never again. But what thing gonna make we not go there never again? Now, one, the Truth and Reconciliation Commission findings, the recommendations them. It seems as if we just put them aside. But the recommendation is still very much important. And with the lobby to the Ministry of Education for make we find ways for make them include that in the curriculum and through the civic education also. The findings are very much important.
Yeah.
Lastly, the GUI laws, the Child Rights Act, is fine, but it not go only find a free tongue. Make we find ways for take them laws then they back to the people, get them kind of session here. So believe me, in the village, there's no politics. It's about development. It's about peace. Then work na money they're gonna farm. But Freetown, politics. When I want to move small and change the narrative. Let's go back to our people.
Thank you very much. By the way, when I don't mention Boku Law and the Safe Motherhood Act Safe the Camp, the building Safe the Camp, are part of the set of progressive reforms that we were supposed to pass. We within a cabinet with the push, we not say the honorable and the partner with we for law continue to make this country better for women and picking in the country. Madam President, your last word.
Okay. Siba, I think, Minister Siba, I think you forget the honorable. Yes, as an associate member.
Yes.
So I am an honorable member from Children's Home Network. So I want to talk with an honorable member from the Well of Parliament.
Good. Yes. Talk honorable language.
So on behalf of the Peking, then the Child Rights Bill Act, this is not something way. The Child Rights Bill, this is not something way we serve the push because this is not in the way the Peking then wants. I believe say, and I know say you go strongly there in support of it and you go support with Minister. And then lastly, when the program starts, I don't know if you have noticed something. While they play the music, Somebody when a white man, he put on a green, white, and blue country clothes. Yes. So make a talk in English. Should I go hear me?
You understand?
Yes. So you understand?
Manuel, you understand, right? She's talking about you.
So, while the program started, they were playing some song that is relating to Sierra Leone. One thing which I noticed was that it was dancing with so much excitement. I wanted to ask myself whether it was a Sierra Leonean by nationality, but I came to a realization that its color shows clearly that it's not a Sierra Leonean. But if in case you want to be a Sierra Leonean, the Minister of Information and the Minister of Gender will facilitate that process, okay? And Foreign Affairs also, good, yes. They'll facilitate that process. From that, I learned a lot. I learned from like he used Sierra Leone dress code in order for show the love we get for the country. So the message we want to send to everybody is that make we use peace as a dress code. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Peace as we dress code.
Yeah, quickly.
Ambassador Suleimani.
Quickly, I'm happy with the intervention. Sorry. So, I started with the pact of the future.
Yes.
Really, I not get enough time to talk about this pact. Why this pact? This pact is an ambitious document. We diplomats at the UN they believe say now one in a generation opportunity for let them reform the global governance architecture. That's one. The second thing where the pact get now for accelerate, maybe acceleration understatement. I want to say turbocharge the implementation of the SDGs. Where we be faced a COVID don't reverse against the we don't get. So when I sit down, I listen, everything where people then talk now inside our pact, especially chapter 2 of the pact of the future. So, Madam Minister, we are in this together because there is sustainable development element will fall clearly within your mandate as the Minister of Development. And waiting with diplomats then are UN don't inform we because they are actively involved. This is a deal, that pact then are a deal, and now you president get for go sign. So we are advised that we popularize the summit of the future before we go UN. They should have concluded those discussions in July. But then tell me, say, the third revised version was submitted a few days ago. So the conversation, the negotiations still ongoing. Now, Foreign Affairs, in collaboration with Development, we have a concept note to popularize this summit of the future.
Do without you.
Well, you jump the go. You pull the word come on at me, but now I make I be under so much pressure because I really wanted to take this opportunity for tell the Sierra Leonean populace say there is going to be a deal. It's so loaded and ambitious document. And the member states there, the LDCs, those from the global south, they believe say everything we want, we forget it now.
Thank you.
Yes, because we might not get this opportunity again. When last did they reform the UN? So it is during the 75th anniversary where the world leaders then see the need for reform. Now we don't get a document. Everybody want to put invoice day.
Thank
Sierra
you.
Leone will invoice for the day. Mr. Minister, don't just thank me quickly. Let me say this, please. I really want to use this opportunity to say it. When everybody they talk, the popular views will come out clearly. Inclusivity, don't leave women behind, don't leave children, don't leave the youth, the disabled and all on what have you. And the other thing will come out, the prioritization of prevention as a tool for conflict. Because democracy, they only thrive. We say everybody in that society say they are included, they are not left behind. We will be there in Foreign Affairs during the war. One of the factors we engender that conflict now being social exclusion. Everybody, we bring everybody inside. Now that the SDG say, leave no one behind. So we want to get Sierra Leone's voice into this document. Mr. Minister, please, we can't brief you.
Thank you.
Have to come on board and let we all be the advocates now. Let's talk to Minister of Finance. Let's give you the money for enhance the popularization of this summit.
Wonderful.
I thank you.
Thank you very much. And now that will be part of we plan we will do this event. That we want for Lincoln as well as an input into the conversations on the Summit of the Future. Let me go partner with UN Foundation and Purposeful Way. We know say also care about this. So thank you, Madam DG, for them words and day. Now for the closing, final word from the panel, we get Rudolph, the resident representative ad interim.
Exactly. Honorable Minister and your colleagues, congratulations for a very substantive and interactive town hall. I'm really impressed, I have to say. And I did not understand everything, obviously, but I could feel, I could sense the energy. I could sense the passion. And the passion for peace and national cohesion. And I think that is very special. And I think that is something the country, the nation should cherish. I think that is something to be proud of. And as I said in the beginning, because without peace and national cohesion, sustainable and inclusive development cannot be achieved. And the United Nations, together with development partners, many of them are here, we will continue to be with you. We will support you on this journey. We will be there. We will get there together. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. A big round of applause for we panel. Some announcements for you, just some pieces of news. Abdul Bakar don't be charged for the murder of Sia. I think this is a case we'll all be on the pay attention to. Many people don't reference this case now. Sia and the lady we apparently be meeting death after being violently attacked by a partner, allegedly. The Salone police today don't charge the suspect, one Mr. Abdul Bakar, for the death of Abdul Kabo. I also very pleased for the death of Sia. I also very pleased for mention, say, the AG's office, the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, today table the report of the tribunal on the Auditor General, Mrs. Lara Taylor-Pierce, and the Deputy Auditor General, Mr. Tamba Momo, to the House of Parliament. You know, officially submitted to the House of Parliament. And like I've been promised, as soon as this happens, it's now available on the government printer. Every Sierra Leone we get interest, can go there, you get access to them. The report is now public. Plenty of people only ask about this report. We've been saying the day we table on a parliament, on that very day, we will submit it to parliament. It will also be made available to the people of this country. So that need to be done as well. Now back now inside the room. We were there. I want to tell thank you to particularly the Monuments and Relics Commission. When President Biobi go to New York, there was a very special peace exhibition where they outside. I plead with you, not go if you not go see that exhibition. It's a beautiful exhibition about the culture of peace in Salone and the journey of peace. We make a lot of efforts for bring and come on New York camp and for try for make sure see they walk all nights last night with they at say 4 or 5 in the morning for let that exhibition they happen. And this space, by the way, as well as I can see, this space been get some major problem, but then work all night. We all night will sleep for make sure say it available. So I'm for tell New Brookfield Hotel for them collaboration and every staff for the Ministry of Information and Civic Education. We do this work for we pull this off today. We partners them, the United Nations Foundation. We are purposeful. The United Nations Development Program, UN Women, Plan International, International Republican Institutes, Sierra Leone News Agency, AYV Media Empire, SLBC, Slick TV, 98.1, the Independent Commission for Peace and National Cohesion, UNICEF, the UN Family in Salone, and the rest of the governments of Salone, particularly my colleague them as ministers. Now, please join hands and clap and tell thank you to all the partners that will make this happen. This is a labor of love. When I all don't say, when I will continue for do this, radical inclusion, we'll continue for talk, we'll take this across the country. But it's really not possible without the audience. We come, we participate, we follow the rules, we talk and stick to the time, and talk at the time we're supposed to talk. And then they as well are part of the culture of peace. If we all continue to do that, I commit to and I say, as the government of Salone, President Bio in commitment, that we for break the barriers them. We don't day between we. We all for put this country, the land that we love so much, above everything else. And we all for work together. I remember say Salon Big Pass we all. Before we go, I want to stay seated for a minute. We collect them from one family people, and then go do the closing performance for we. As in they do that, they will get refreshments we then go serve for a few minutes across the room. And I want also to say, little clap, special one for one family people, an inclusive group. They get the hearing impaired among them. They get the visually impaired. They get people with all forms of disability. But in this then group, they don't find a home for them. And then now leaders and they show how to do radical inclusion. Yeah, I don't announce say we get refreshments as well. So we ask them they perform. We also bring the refreshments and do them. So the closing, and then after that, we all can go. I want to tell you all plenty thank you for when I come. With development partners, then the ambassadors, excellencies for our time. And also when I know you all thing, you don't understand every single word, but your